Welcome into Spillane Field, where the Gatemen welcome in the Harwich Mariners. Second time these two teams have met in the 2021 season, and the last time was only a few days ago. Welcome into the booth, Jack Sadighian alongside Nick Magas. And Nick, we've got another chance against Harwich, but this time I think a little more momentum for the Gatemen. They had a nice complete performance last night in a 5-2 win against Cotuit.
They did. Complete performance is the perfect way to describe it. The pitching was good for the Gatemen, especially Pham late in the game. We'll get into that a little bit later, but we want to start with Justin Williams on the offensive side for the Gatemen. Very, very good. Continued his tear over the last 5 games. He was 2 for 3 with a single, a walk, and the home run.
Yes.
The dead center field was an absolute bomb. The longest we've seen from a Gateman this season. Traveled 440 feet. It was helped by the wind just a little bit, but he was good.
And we're not confirmed, but that may be the longest home run of the Cape League season so far.
It's true.
So that's impressive in itself. And then Morales played well, too, in just his 3rd game.
Yeah, Morales has really started to step up at the plate, moved back into his spot at third base last night, and we're really impressed with him defensively. and we'll see him in the 5 spot tonight. So really, really excited to see Morales continue to contribute to this Gateman lineup.
Now, you mentioned Alex Pham. He came in a bases-loaded situation and was able to get out of it, only giving up 1 run, Nick.
Yes, came into the bases loaded, 1 out, gave up a sacrifice fly, but then got the last guy out by way of the strikeout. That preserved the Gateman lead, and a lead that they didn't let up for the rest of the ball game.
And the tone was really set by Major taking the mound. Adam Major out of South Dakota State, his Cape League debut, and he did a nice job through 3 innings.
3 scoreless innings for him. The stuff was working across the board. The breaking ball was very sharp, and also a guy we're looking forward to seeing his next start for the Gatemen.
The Gatemen are again in a 3-way tie for second in the West. Those teams are 4.5 games back, or 9 points in the Cape League format from the Bourne Braves. Now, to talk about a slight change in the lineup for the Gatemen today is the third member of our team, Julia Joseph.
Tommy Troy will be the leadoff hitter tonight as he's currently hitting .304. Last night he went 2 of 3, where he hit a triple, walked, and a
Long-standing tradition of providing the best family entertainment here on Cape Cod. On behalf of the Wareham Gatemen, the 9 other teams, league officers, and the entire Cape League family, we would like to announce and thank our 2021 corporate sponsors.
Tommy Troy will be the leadoff hitter tonight, where he's currently batting .304. Last night he went 2 for 3 with a triple, base hit, and a walk. His speed has also been a huge asset to the team, where he's swiped 4 bags in the last 6 games. Let's toss it back to Nick and Jack in the booth.
Thank you so much for that, Julia. Of course, Troy has been on fire recently. Now let's get into the pitchers for tonight. Hopefully the arm's not as good for Harwich as we saw the first time around. Everyone limited outside of Justin Williams, who had 3 RBIs off of 2 doubles. But taking the hill, making his second appearance tonight, is Cam Schlittler for Harwich.
Yeah, well, they had some excellent arms on the mound the first time we saw them. You got that right. But Schlittler takes the mound for them out of Northeastern. He had some trouble his first time out. Just 1 start on the CCBL season, went 3 1/3, gave up 4 earned runs. That was at YD. So the ERA comes in a little bit higher than he would like, but of course he's going to try and rebound here.
Got the national anthem for you. We'll step aside for a moment.
We appreciate and thank the sponsors who support the Cape League and the 10 teams. Our corporate sponsors are the financial backbone of the league. It is with their support that we are able to preserve our long-standing tradition of providing the best family entertainment here on Cape Cod. On behalf of the Wareham Gatemen, the 9 other teams, league officers, and the entire Cape League family, we would like to announce and thank our 2021 corporate sponsors. With much appreciation, we recognize
The Yawkey Foundation, Curry College, Cape Cod Healthcare, the 99 Restaurants, Coca-Cola Bottling of Cape Cod,
Badger Sport, 47 Brand, Cape Cod 5 Cent Savings Bank, Milton Cat, Mosquito Marys.
Fairway Financial, Ocean Spray, Seaside Le Mans, Rogers Gray, Franklin Sports.
Cape Destinations, Sullivan Tire, Cape Cod Times, Kinlan Grover Real Estate, Cape Cod Chamber of Commerce.
Highline Cruises, Sports Picks, On Deck Sports, Barnstable Bat, Highness Area Chamber of Commerce.
HP Hood, Sunderland Printing, Axis Bats, Quest Diagnostics, Cape Space. And of course, thank you to Major League Baseball for over 50 years of support.
The Cape Cod Baseball League and the NCAA promote good sportsmanship by student athletes, coaches, and spectators. We ask for your cooperation and positive support of the participants and officials. Profanity, racial, or sexist comments or any other intimidating actions will not be tolerated. Thank you. We ask parents to keep their children off the roofs of the dugouts, away from the batting cages, and out of the bullpen areas. Please throw rubbish into the barrels and recycle the aluminum cans in special bins located around the park.
Ladies and gentlemen, state law prohibits the use of any tobacco product on school property. Thanks for keeping us in compliance.
Cameras and video cameras are permitted inside Spillane Field for personal photos but cannot be used to reproduce the game, players, or on-field events without the express written permission of the Wareham Gatemen. Use of camera or video equipment must not interfere with other fans' enjoyment of the game.
Nearly set for first pitch here at Spillane Field. Jack Sadighian alongside Nick Magas. Just getting into the pitching matchup today and talked a little bit about Cam Schlittler, but let's re-highlight his past season at Northeastern.
Well, he was a freshman All-American, 1.88 ERA at Northeastern, over 76 and 2/3 innings, struck out 85. So he's a guy who likes to get the strikeouts. That's his MO as a starting pitcher, but it was a tough first start for him in the Cape League. 3 1/3 innings pitched, 4 earned runs allowed. So he'll try and get back on track here.
And on the mound for the Gatemen, someone we've seen a couple times before, Spencer Miles. He pitched in the home opener against Falmouth and has done pretty decent so far this season.
Yes, it's been up and down for him, but he's one of our personal favorites. Really a bright guy. He's very fun to talk to. He's excitable. He's interesting. So this will be the 4th time we've seen him this year. It was a tough home opener for him. That was when he allowed the only earned run of his season so far. But this will be the 4th time, his first start for the Gatemen. 4 innings pitched so far on the year, just that 1 earned run allowed. He's allowed 4 walks, so the control has been a bit of an issue for him to this point.
Nearly set for first pitch. Miles starting to warm up. Gatemen in their all-white uniforms, and Harwich with the navy tops and the gray pants.
The all-whites for the Gatemen look sharp.
They do.
I'm a firm proponent in baseball across the board that one-color uniforms, whether they're white or gray or something funky like some teams are doing now, are always better looking than colored tops and white or gray pants.
Harwich was off yesterday. They'll play tomorrow.
One of 2 games that we'll see tomorrow, actually.
Yep. They'll play tomorrow against the YD Red Sox. That game will actually be live on Nesson, so that's something that's pretty cool.
We'll have one of those for you next week as well, Monday.
Yep. Katuitt coming into town to take on Wareham. That will be a Nesson game July 12th. And into the box goes Tatum Levins, the catcher out of LaSalle. First pitch to him is fouled straight back. Levins hitting .280 with a home run and 4 RBIs on the Cape League season. He led off against Wareham a couple days ago and was 1 for 4. Also drew a walk. 0-1. Fastball just a bit high.
Well, Miles is getting his first start here this season. Come out of the pen in each of his 3 appearances prior to this. There's a ball taken outside by Levins. And for him, especially for it being a home game, nice to be able to come out of the dugout and set the tone early for your team. Even as an away pitcher, getting a start doesn't feel quite as good because you don't get to you take the mound to start the ball game.
2-1 pitch is swung through, so count even at 2 balls and 2 strikes for Tatum Levins. Rare to see a catcher leading things off.
Well, you know why. His .455 on-base percentage leads this team. So when you have a catcher getting on base at this clip and can run as well as Levins can, not a bad idea.
2-2 chopped weakly to the right side. Despina has it. Miles covers the bag, bare hands the toss, and steps on first. A little bit of athleticism from Spencer Miles, and there's 1 away in the top of the first. Leadoff man retired.
Well, second to throwing strikes, the most valuable thing a pitcher can do is field his position. We've had a pretty good time with that for the Gatemen.
Second straight lefty up now. Press Kavanaugh, DHing today. He's out of UNC Greensboro, and the first pitch to him is swung on and missed.
I like that approach from Spencer Miles. Early in the count, coming with a first pitch changeup. You saw Press Kavanaugh way out in front of that one.
0-1 pitch, fouled away over the left side. Kavanaugh 6 for 18, no homers, 5 RBIs on the Cape League season. Against Wareham 2 days ago, 1 for 3 with a couple walks. Shift on for him with 3 Gatemen infielders to the right side. 0-2 pitch. Chopped again, right side, charged by Troy, throw to first in time.
Well, they read the scouting report. As you just said, the infield shifted to the right side. Press Kavanaugh rolling over one, sending it to the right side of the infield, and Tommy Troy in to make his first play of the ball game, and it was a good one.
Tommy Troy's been a standout in his first 6 games for the Gatemen. He'll be leading things off for Wareham.
Josh Rodricks and Ron Polk, the men at the helm of those defensive shifts that we'll be talking about all night for the Gatemen.
First pitch to Brock Wilkin is a breaking ball for a strike. Wilkin playing third base today. 326 hitter, 2 homers, 11 RBIs. He also has 3 doubles. 0-1 pitch is in the dirt. So now a ball and a strike to Wilkin, who had a nice game against Wareham in these two teams' first meeting. 2 for 3 with a double, an RBI, and 2 walks. 1-1, hammered deep to right center field. Coming on as a center fielder, Gonzalez, and he runs into Cade Kern. It drops in between the two of them. Wilkin is safe at second. Seemed like both of them thought they had a beat on it, and I don't know what the miscommunication was, but it ends up with Wilkin on second and 2 outs in the top of the first. Bad break for Spencer Miles.
Well, that's tough for a pitcher. Got early contact, and that should have been an out right there. Cade Kern thought it was his ball, and he was camped under it, but Gonzalez was calling him off. And any time a center fielder takes precedent over that ball, can call off any other outfielder. I think from Kern's perspective, though, he was there long before Gonzalez was, and it would have been a much easier play for him.
That was scored as a double for Wilkin.
Well, that's a nice way to pad the stats.
First pitch to Carter Putz is a fastball upstairs.
Scoring decision, of course, correct, because nobody touched that baseball. But if you're Wilkin, you got away with one there.
He did. Putz hitting .313 with no homers and 5 RBIs. Couple doubles. 1-0, fouled off. Against Wareham, 2 for 5 with 3 RBIs. And I keep reading the stats off for these first few hitters against Wareham because that's where most of the damage was done. This is a top-heavy Harwich lineup. Their first 5 hitters are significantly better than the bottom 4. Not to say the bottom 4 aren't capable. Miles from the belt, 1-1 pitch, misses high.
Well, the order's top-heavy, but they put a lot of runners on base against Wareham the first time these two teams faced off. 10 hits, 20 runners on base total, and it was amazing the Gatemen got out of that game after allowing just 5 runs.
8 out of 9 in the lineup got a hit. 2-1 breaking ball, just high.
That game was an adventure for us because for the entire time the Gatemen felt like they were getting beaten badly. Just about every batter that came to the plate for Harwich was with runners on base. And when it was all said and done, just 5-3 the final.
Yeah. 3-1 pitch. Missed upstairs. Came with the fastball. Left it out of the zone. Putz takes it for a walk. Now runners on first and second with 2 away in the top of the first. Still scoreless between the Gatemen and the Mariners. And now coming to the plate, Jordan Beck, the right fielder out of Tennessee.
Well, that dropped fly ball certainly doesn't do Spencer Miles any favors, but when he comes back and walks the next guy, it's an indication of where his weak spot has been this season. That's his 5th walk in Cape Cod, and now it puts himself in a little bit more trouble than he already was in with Jordan Beck coming to the plate.
Righty-righty matchup. First pitch to Beck is lined into right field. That gets down. Wilkins going to round third and hold there. Throw in to Despina, who cuts it off on the first base line. Bases are now loaded with 2 outs in the top of the first. Still scoreless. But now you think back to that play between Gonzalez and Kern. If one of them makes the catch, you're out of the inning.
Now trouble's a brewing.
It is. Instead, it was a double, then a walk and a single, put the bases loaded for Chris Newell, the center fielder from Virginia. A little bit of first frame trouble for Spencer Miles. First pitch to Newell, check swing, and ruled he didn't go around. Not sure I agree with that. Newell in his second game of the season against Wareham was 1 for 5. Those were his first at-bats of the Cape League season. 1-0, swung on and missed. Newell coming from Virginia, where he hit .258 with 5 homers and 34 RBIs this past season. Also a speedy base runner, stole 13 bags. But Harwich needs him to get a hit here. 1-1, line to the right side. It gets through. Past a diving Troy. Run will score. All the other runners hold. So the base is still loaded, but now 1-0 Mariners in the top of the first. Newell's first Cape League RBI.
Well, that was just a pitch that got too much of the plate. Newell put a very good swing on it, drove it through the right side. And after the Gatemen didn't do themselves any favors by extending this inning, Harwich does their job and capitalizes.
Zach Preisner to the plate now. First pitch to him is fouled over the right side. Preisner hitting .200 with a couple RBIs. He was the only man in the Harwich lineup to not get a hit against Wareham a couple days ago. Preisner from Notre Dame. Gatemen have member of the Fighting Irish as well, and Jack Brannigan as the 0-1 pitch misses inside.
There's a few members of the Fighting Irish
yes.
on the field today. Preisner and Carter Putt starting at first base today for Harwich. Both playing for that team in South Bend, Indiana.
Putt's on third right now. Beck on second. Newell on first. 1-1 delivery. Misses the zone.
Well, this is a test of Spencer Miles' composure. Should have been out of this inning a few batters ago, but sometimes as a pitcher you have to roll with the punches, especially early in a game. Keep your team competitive.
2-1 pitch is high and outside. So the bases are loaded. It's 3 balls and a strike to Zach Preisner and 2 outs in the top of the first. Harwich ahead 1-0. Gatemen seemed like they were out of the inning. Then 2 outfielders collided on a fly ball from Wilkin. He gets a double, and it's just been downhill from there. 3-1 pitch. Fastball for a strike. Found the outer half of the plate. Big payoff pitch coming.
Well, I can't believe Miles would come with anything other than a fastball here. Just needs to throw his best and see what happens.
Payoff pitch, swung on and missed. Miles leaves the bases loaded after striking out Zach Preisner. So mistake from the Gatemen. 2 outfielders collide. Things go a little downhill, but Miles limits the damage to 1 run. Gatemen bats coming up in the bottom of the first after this on the Gatemen Baseball Network.
Cape Cod Coca-Cola thanks you for supporting the Cape Cod Baseball League and for refreshing yourself with ice-cold Coca-Cola products. Please remember to recycle your empty bottles, cans, and all other recyclable materials. It takes only 6 recycled plastic bottles to make a new baseball cap.
The 99 Restaurant and Pub is proud to be a sponsor of the Cape Cod Baseball League. Visit your local 99 and try their famous colossal lobster rolls. Piled high on grilled brioche and served hot buttered or with just the right amount of mayo and celery with fries and coleslaw. The 99, always the real deal. Badger Sport is a leading provider of superior quality team uniforms and performance athletic wear, including performance t-shirts, fleeces, shorts, and pants. From the fields to the stands and at every practice along the way, Founders Sport Group makes authentic, quality apparel accessible at the speed of the sport. Visit foundersport.com today.
1-0 Harwich. We enter the bottom of the first. Jack Sadighian alongside Nick Magas. And on the mound for Harwich will be Cam Schlittler out of Northeastern.
Standing at 6'6", weighing in at 200 pounds, the big right-hander, as you said, out of Northeastern. Lost his only start of the Cape Cod season so far, 10.8 ERA. He comes into this one, allowed 4 earned runs over 3 1/3 in that start. Did strike out 4. I mentioned earlier, struck out 86 this season at Northeastern. So the stuff is there for him. He can sit guys down and he can stay away from barrels. We'll see if Tommy Troy has an answer to the 1 run that Harwich put up in the top of this inning.
Tommy Troy leading things off for the first time this season for Wareham, hitting .304 with an RBI and a couple triples through 6 games. He's also stolen 4 bags. First pitch to Troy is low and away.
Well, if you were with us pregame, you heard about the success that Tommy Troy has had in the early part of this season after coming on late from Stanford. You heard that from Julia Joseph, our sideline reporter, and everything's true. He's been everything and more that we'd hoped for as the new leadoff hitter for this Gatemen team.
That pitch fouled away, so now a ball and a strike to Troy. He did struggle against Harwich a couple days ago, 0 for 5 with 3 strikeouts, but bounced back last night, going 2 for 3 with a triple and a walk. 1-1 breaking ball is cut on and missed. And in the game yesterday, his base hit and his walk came when he was leading off 2 separate innings, as the 1-2 pitch misses in the dirt.
Well, Troy's a guy who doesn't try and do too much. It's a simple approach, short, compact swing.
2-2 pitch, driven hard into right field, and that's caught on the run by Jordan Beck. I think he made that catch a little more difficult than he had to. Initially started running in and then backtracked, leaped up, and made the grab.
But you saw it right there from Troy. That was a barreled-up baseball in a 2-strike count that he was able to shoot to right field, and obviously it got a little bit deeper and got on Jordan Beck a little bit faster than he expected it to.
Now Jim Jarvis to the plate. First pitch to the lefty is fouled away. Jarvis hitting .261, no homers, 4 RBIs. 3 doubles, including 1 last night against Catuit. He's usually the leadoff man, hitting in the 2-hole today. 0-1 pitch is a fastball right down the middle.
So this is where Jarvis is most comfortable. At least that's what it's been appeared to be through this point in the season.
The 0-2 pitch missed high and away. One-two breaking ball called for a strike. That'll send Jarvis to the dugout. So 2 away, nobody on for the Gatemen in the bottom of the first. Harwich up 1-0. And Cade Kern coming to the plate.
Kern back in the 3 spot tonight. That was a bit of a question mark, at least in our eyes, but like the vote of confidence from manager Don Sneddon. Cade Kern's a guy who's struggled over the past few games, but keeping him where he was in the order, showing that he has faith in his right fielder.
Kern takes 2 straight balls to start his at-bat. Hitting .167 with a couple homers and 11 RBIs. 2-0 pitch, high and outside. The struggles have been there recently, though, Nick. 1 for his last 20. That's over a 5-game span. He did barrel up a couple balls last night. 3-0 pitch is a strike. Fastball down the middle.
This is a good situation for Kern to be in. Hitters count 3-1. Should get a fastball here. And he just missed it.
That pitch fouled to the backstop. Full count now for Kern.
That was the pitch to hit right there. But when you're struggling, those can seem tough.
Payoff pitch with 2 outs and nobody on. Here it is. Missed outside. So Kern with a nice plate appearance to start his day. He walks with 2 outs. That's a tying run on first as Owen Diodati comes to the plate. Left-hander out of Alabama, playing left field today. 308 hitter with 4 homers and 12 RBIs. A little uncharacteristic last night, Nick, was 0 for 4 with a couple strikeouts and 0 for 3 with runners in scoring position. First pitch to Diodati is cut on and missed.
Well, they've started throwing him exclusively off-speed pitches. They saw, and when I say they, opposing teams that is, saw what he was doing to fastballs early in the season, and it didn't take them long to catch on. Diodati needs to make an adjustment here as he swung through a breaking ball for strike 1.
The 0-1 delivery misses inside. That was a fastball. Lights are on here at Spillane Field. Sun hasn't quite set yet, but it will over the next 45 minutes or so. 1-1, missed inside again.
It's another slider to Diodati. They're trying to keep it off his barrel, keep it out of the zone. The last thing you want to do is throw him an off-speed pitch away where he can get his arms extended.
And that's been the adjustment we've seen him make. Able to line balls into center field and the other way for base hits. 2-1 check swing. Did not go around. So here's the second hitter's count in a row, this time for Owen Diodati. 3 balls and a strike. Kern 3 steps off the first base bag. 2 outs on the board. Harwich up 1-0. 3-1 pitch is off the plate. 2 straight 2-out walks. The Gatemen have a runner in scoring position as Yohandy Morales comes to the plate. He's impressed so far, Nick, over 3 games for the Gatemen. Is 3 for his last 6 with an RBI and 2 walks. 2 for 4 with an RBI last night.
Well, I want to throw it back to Diodati's at bat for a moment because that was a 3-1 count, and Schlittler missed with an off-speed pitch outside. I think it was the slider, and that is a situation. I mean, that's a clear fastball count. You can tell how much they're relying on that scouting report on Diodati. Nobody wants to come near him with a fastball, even when it seems obvious. And if he can be patient early in at-bats and take some of those pitches for balls, he's going to find himself in a lot of hitters' counts. He'll be walking a lot more than he already does. And now with protection in the lineup like he has in Yohandy Morales, it'll be a chance for the Gatemen to really drive in some runs, especially here with 2 outs.
That's a great point you make. Morales is a big addition for Wareham, and he's impressed so far. Now at the plate with 2 runners on and 2 outs. First pitch to Morales, outside.
So Morales is at the plate now, and we know what kind of damage he can do. We're just starting to see that in his first 3 games. But Williams behind him is perhaps even hotter. So if he can find a way on base here, it really puts Schlittler in a bind.
Williams is the hottest bat for the Gatemen right now. Not even arguable. 1-0 outside. And Schlittler has all of a sudden lost the zone a little bit here. Harwich up 1-0 in the bottom of the first. 2 runners on and 2 outs with Yohandy Morales out of Miami at the plate. 2-0 pitch missed upstairs. Morales was actually talking about how before the game he felt like he wasn't getting that many pitches he could hit.
Well, you can't pitch around him if you look at who's on deck. He's going to need to get something here.
3-0. That one down the middle.
Well, after 2 straight walks, Yohandy taking all the way. Now puts him in a position to swing the bat.
Schlittler leaning in, working from the belt. A look at Kern over at second. Here's a 3-1 pitch. Missed outside. 3 straight walks now, and the bases are loaded for the scorching hot bat of Justin Williams. I mean, this is the exact guy you want at the plate for the Gatemen. He's homered in 4 of the last 5 games. 7 RBIs over that span, a couple doubles.
Well, Steve Gruenberg, after visiting the mound a moment ago, staying in the dugout here. And I'm a little bit surprised by that. That fourth ball to Handy wasn't even competitive. And that's just a sign of fatigue for number 11 on the mound right now.
First pitch to Williams is a strike. 3 straight walks have loaded the bases. 0-1 fouled away, so Williams quickly behind 0-2. His average has jumped up 96 points over the last 5 games to 273.
No, if you're Schlittler in this situation, go after him here. You found your feel. You don't want to give Williams a chance to get back into this count. Strike him out with this pitch.
Bases loaded, 0-2 pitch. Fouled off.
Williams has been seeing the ball well, though, obviously. He won't go down easy, and it needs to be a very well-executed pitch from Schlittler if he wants to put him away.
Harwich got 1 in the first frame of this ball game. Left the bases loaded. Gatemen with the bases loaded opportunity and 2 outs. 0-2 to Williams. In the dirt. Good take. Schlittler a nod. He's back to the windup. 1-2 pitch is slapped foul down the third baseline.
It's a huge at-bat from Justin Williams. The Gatemen 90 feet away from capitalizing on a little bit of a 2-out rally that they've put together here.
Yeah, 3 straight walks with 2 outs. Another 1-2 pitch. Popped up. That's into the right side, and it'll be caught by Codier, the second baseman. So the Gatemen leave the bases loaded after 3 straight walks in the first. 1-0 Harwich, top of the second in a moment on the Gatemen Baseball Network.
Baseball Factory is a company specializing in player development and college placement of high school baseball players. We care about guiding players to a college that is the perfect fit. Give us a call at 877-752-6025 to get started today.
For a nostalgic Cape Cod vacation experience, head to Bay Motor Inn, where guests are treated like family. Located in the heart of Buzzards Bay Village, this 1950s-style cottage colony still provides you with up-to-date amenities. The Gatemen thank the Bay Motor Inn for their support.
Baseball Factory's vision is to guide both players and parents through the college recruiting process and to professionally train players in order to find a school that is the right fit, both academically and athletically. Contact us at 877-752-6025.
We head to the second. Jack Sadighian alongside Nick Magas. 1-0 Harwich lead. Both teams left the bases loaded in the first, so we've already seen a lot of action in the first 2 frames, Nick.
We have, and this is now Spencer Miles' second inning of work as Jimmy Crooks lost that ball for a moment, threw it into right field. That was an interesting play from a very good defensive catcher, but we'll go back to Miles for a minute. We talked about before this game the ability for a starting pitcher to set the tone, and that's all well and good, but there are also things that happen, as you saw in the first inning, that are not in your control. And so for Spencer Miles, after that fly ball should have gotten him out of the inning, ended up giving up a run. It was a walk and then 2 base hits. So a chance for him to come back here, and we talk about that perseverance, not just being an issue in that first inning when things aren't going well, but coming back out now, already behind a run in the game and trying to buckle down and get the bottom of this Harwich order.
He'll have Lazaro, Hughes, and Levens, the 8-9-1 hitters. First pitch to the lefty Lazaro is in for a strike. Haven't seen a lot of Lazaro on the Cape League. He's 2 for 10, has drawn 3 walks. Last time he played was June 30th against Bourne, as the 0-1 is a fastball for strike 2. Oh-2, swung on and missed. 3 pitches and a strikeout for Spencer Miles. I would say that's a nice bounce back so far.
Yeah, well, he's providing a very quick answer to my question. Sorry I doubted you, Spencer Miles. Still has to get through Hal Hughes and then at least the one hitter in this Mariner order.
Hal Hughes playing second base out of Rice. First pitch to him is upstairs.
Max Codier.
Yeah.
I'll say it. Out of Virginia was actually penciled into the lineup about an hour before the game, but a late scratch.
1-0, grounded hard down the third base line, backhanded by Morales. Throw to first is in time for the second out.
What does that say about our partner chemistry? It's one thing that we talked over each other, but the fact that we were going to say the exact same thing at the exact same time.
What can you do? 2 outs, nobody on, 1-0 Harwich in the top of the second. We're back to the top of the lineup with Tatum Levins. 3-1 ground out his first time up. And he swings at the first pitch for strike one.
Spend some time away from you. That's what I can do.
Well, you did last broadcast. That was yesterday.
Yeah, you were with Owen. I wasn't jealous.
0-1 missed inside. Ball and a strike for Levins. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss.
Miles actually a little bit of a late bloomer as a pitching prospect. Had always pitched a little bit, but hit .429 as a high school senior in 2019. That's a bat that screams college offensive player.
1-2 pitch just off the plate. To be fair, though, you see a lot of numbers like that for high school guys coming to play at the Division I level.
Well, these are just not just that, but these are the best of the best Division I players.
2-2, check swing, and Levins did not go around. Appeal to third, confirms.
At the same time, you see numbers like that for hitters that go to TCU, not pitchers.
Payoff pitch coming. 2 outs, nobody on. Swing and a miss. Miles goes 1-2-3 with 2 strikeouts in the top of the second. 1-0 Harwich. Gatemen bats coming up.
Come on over to BB's Bar and Grill for food, drinks, and fun. Located on Cranberry Highway, come in to sample the delicious eats or relax with a drink while enjoying live entertainment. BB's is one of our team meal partners.
With professional coaches that provide personalized world-class baseball training, Baseball Factory helps every player take his game to the next level. Get a pro evaluation by calling 877-752-6025.
One of the area's best restaurants is located right up the street, Brewfish Bar and Eatery. Brewfish offers 20 rotating craft beers on tap and creative pub food. Check out their off-the-menu brunch with a Bloody Mary bar and $5 mimosas on Sundays. Join us for outdoor dining and drinks under the tent or for live music. Located on Route 105 in Marion.
Cape Cod Healthcare is committed to coordinating and delivering the highest quality healthcare services which enhance the health of all Cape Cod residents and visitors. You can expect this level of patient-centered care throughout our entire healthcare system.
Bottom of the second we go. 1-0 Harwich lead. Jack Sadighian, Nick Magas. Gatemen left the bases loaded following 3 straight 2-out walks in the first, and now it'll be Crooks, Despina, and Gonzalez, the 7, 8, 9 hitters in the second.
Well, we don't usually look around the Cape League until later in the game, but we should touch on some relevant scores here. Katuitt ahead of Chatham in the top of the 6th inning, 8-3. So they're Katuitt, one of the teams that the Gatemen are in that 3-way tie for second place with. And then a game where I still don't know who to root for. The Bourne Braves behind early in the game, or I guess now in the top of the 6th to Falmouth 2-0. So what do we want to happen there? Falmouth, the one, of course, tied with the Gatemen, but everybody's 4.5 games back of Bourne.
I've always subscribed to the belief of just win, and then you don't have to worry about what everyone else is doing. So hopefully the Gatemen can get a win tonight.
That's a big statement from a guy who spends a lot of time talking about scores from around the league.
First pitch to Crooks is low. Hey, you can't call me out like that. I'm a competitive person, and you want Wareham to win too. So.
I do. This has nothing to do with the competition. This has nothing to do with competitiveness. This is just who we're focused on.
That pitch misses low. 2 balls and no strikes to Crooks. 281 hitter with a home run and 2 RBIs. He's on a 6-game hit streak at the moment. 2-0 is lifted into shallow left field. Lazaro charging in on it. He calls off the shortstop Preisner and makes the catch. And to be fair, the standings are a lot bigger this year with only 2 teams making the playoffs as opposed to 4 out of 5 in the West.
And I've said it before and I'll say it again. I like that because it puts emphasis on the regular season.
That's a competitive level to the league. Angelo Despina at the plate now. First pitch to him, misses inside. Despina struggling a bit recently. 200 hitter. A home run that was good for his only RBI against Orleans on June 29th. As the 1-0 pitch is in for a strike.
Well, it's the strikeouts that have been his Achilles heel. 21 of those in 50 plate appearances on the season.
1-1 pitch, missed the zone. Not a lot of wind here at Spillane tonight. 2-1, foul tipped into the mitt of Levens. 2 balls and 2 strikes for Angelo Despina. Has started at first base every game this season for Wareham. 2-2, line to third, caught on a jump by Brock Wilkin.
Brock Wilkin needed to go up for that one, but not too high.
He didn't.
Just hit him right about head high off the bat of Despina, who got it off the end of the bat, but couldn't ask for much more with 2 strikes. Tried to serve it into left field and couldn't quite get it over the head of the leaping Brock Wilkin.
Now to the 9-hitter Tres Gonzalez with 2 outs in the bottom of the second. 1-0 Harwich lead. First pitch to Gonzalez is a fastball for a strike. Now they call it the hot corner over there at third, but it was a rather anticlimactic line drive for Wilkin. 0-1, sliced foul. Right at the Gatemen dugout. Gonzalez, 200 hitter on the Cape League season. No homers, 2 RBIs. He has drawn 5 walks in 9 games. 0-2 upstairs. So now a ball and 2 strikes to Tress. And I think he ran into a little bit of bad luck yesterday. She probably should have had a 2 RBI double, as that pitch is fouled back to keep it at 1-2, but ended up being scored an error. So he lost not only a double, but those 2 RBIs that came with it.
Well, that was an interesting play. The Catuit center fielder had to go a long way to get that baseball, which is why we're arguing that it should be a hit.
That one is grounded down the first base line, backhanded by Putz, and he steps on first.
So we'll get into that play a little bit more as we see Gonzalez later in the game, but for now we'll send it to a break.
We will. 1-0 Harwich lead, and Julia Joseph, the third member of our team, ready with something for us near the Gatemen dugout. Take it away.
Hey guys, I'm here with starting pitcher from last night's game, Adam Major. Last night you pitched 3 scoreless innings, only allowing 2 hits and 1 walk. How do you feel about your debut for the Gatemen?
I felt really good. I was happy that I was able to go out there and do some good things for the team, and I was able to throw well and not give up any runs and help us win.
And what are you hoping to gain from your experience here on the Cape?
So definitely development, working with Coach George and kind of just helping me fine-tune some pitches, getting ready for this upcoming fall, and just school baseball again.
Great. Thank you, Adam.
Thank you.
Back to you guys in the Imagine waking up to a seaside breeze, a fishing fleet leaving for work, and a crimson sun rising over seals relaxing on the sandbars. This is the experience of Chatham Bars Inn, Cape Cod's premier resort and spa. To learn more about Cape Cod's finest luxury hotel, resort, and spa, visit chathambarsin.com.
Cape Cod Healthcare offers a comprehensive array of medical services delivered by top-notch teams of healthcare providers. Their physicians provide the best evidence-based and proven medicine at their state-of-the-art facilities. If you need them, they'll be there.
Cape Cod Coca-Cola thanks you for supporting the Cape Cod Baseball League. Cape Cod Coca-Cola has been proudly refreshing the community for over 30 years, and we're honored to support the Cape Cod Baseball League and many other wonderful organizations on the Cape.
Top of the third from Spillane Field. Spencer Miles back on the mound for the Gatemen, trying to do what Adam Major did yesterday. 3 really good innings to start the game for the Gatemen. Julia Joseph had him a moment ago as Miles gets strike 1 over the plate.
Yeah, and we were wondering what we were going to get. Major had a little bit of an up and down year at South Dakota State, but he came out and dazzled through 3 innings.
Dazzled he did. As the 0-1 to press Kavanaugh, chopped to the first base side on a couple of hops by Despina. It's a foot race to the bag, and he got him. That was a little bit closer than either one of us expected it to be, but the long-legged Despina beat it out.
Well, he gets a grounder and immediately calls off Miles, who was going to first to cover the bag, and almost regretted that decision. But I think he thought it wouldn't be as close as it was and saw Kavanaugh beating it down the line and then started to pick up the pace.
I think you're right. He was ready to jog on over there as he has done so many times this year. But Kavanaugh is retired. And that brings up the big man in the 3 spot for this Mariner order, Brock Wilkin, who takes a breaking ball outside.
Well, he got a bit lucky. I mean, he doubled last time, and that was the correct scoring decision, but 2 outfielders colliding as that pitch misses inside to make it 2-0.
A bit lucky is an understatement, but yeah, that's absolutely right. A couple Gatemen collided. It was Tres Gonzalez and Cade Kern who just had a bit of a miscommunication out in right center field, and it turned into a double for Wilkin. Now Miles comes with the fastball, finds the zone for strike 1.
I think he needs to go after Wilkin here. It's a 2-1 count, but that was a confident fastball. Go to your breaking ball here, 2-1.
There it was. Went to the breaking ball, got him to foul it off. Count evens at 2. 1 out here with the bases empty in the top of the 3rd inning.
Now go back fastball and try and finish this at bat.
Why don't you just jump behind the plate? Let's
I
see
think
what he
Crooks
does.
does a far better job than any of us could do back
Well, we'll
there.
see if you're on the same page. There's the fastball, and it's hammered deep to left field. You can forget about that one. Wow. Well, Crooks and Jack were on the same page, but Wilkin was thinking right along with them. Got the fastball and launched it to left. Puts the Mariners on top 2-0 in the top of the 3rd.
Well, this guy's a home run hitter. 17 at Wake Forest. That was the school record for a freshman in his 3rd on the Cape League season. Absolutely no doubt about it off the bat. You knew it was gone. Now time for Miles to reset against Carter Putz, also a good hitter.
Wilkins' 3rd home run on the year. Not a very powerful lineup for the Mariners overall, just 6 total for this team. But that was the 6th, and it was a loud one as Carter Putz swings through that fastball for strike 1. Another fastball fouled away. Here's the 0-2 from Miles. Breaking ball chopped first base side, trickling foul just wide of the bag. Despina picked it up, but a bit too late. So the count stays at 0-2. Putz returns to the right-hand batter's box. Jordan Beck, his teammate on deck, hands him the bat, and we'll do it again with Carter Putz behind in the count. Tried with the high fastball, missed upstairs. 1-2 the count with 1 out, bases empty here in the top of the 3rd inning.
Well, 1-2, but Putz is still dangerous. 3 RBIs against Wareham a couple days ago. Miles knows that.
There's the breaking ball. Got him, strike 3. After giving up the solo shot to Brock Wilkin, Spencer Miles battles back and gets a strikeout for the second of the inning.
Well, this guy has no problem striking people out. 4 strikeouts today, 13 on the Cape League season, and he is in his 7th inning of work.
So here's Jordan Beck. Came into this ball game hitting .231. Improved on that a little bit in the first inning with a base hit. He was stranded at second base when the inning was all said and done. Takes strike 1.
Well, he's a special player, and he hasn't really gotten the chance to get rolling on the Cape, but 15 home runs, 64 RBIs for Tennessee this past season. They made it to the CWS, and he was a big reason for that.
Miles aggressive early in this at-bat. Came with 2 strikes to Jordan Beck. Now 0-2 the count. And this is where Miles has the most success. Tried the high fastball again. Just not quite close enough to the zone. Neither was the one to Putz to keep it competitive enough for them to think about swinging. So a wasted pitch sends the count to 1-2. Miles out of the windup. Delivers same pitch, same location. Goes 2-2.
Yeah, he's most confident in his fastball for strikes, but missed on both of those. So tough decision here, 2-2.
The pitch fouled back right side.
Well, he went fastball and located it for a strike, but Beck does a nice job fouling it off.
Two and two the count. 2 outs in the top of the third. 2-0 lead for the Mariners. Another fastball high. Beck spins out of the way, and lucky to avoid getting hit in the upper body with that one.
Yeah, he's lost some fastballs the past few pitches. You don't want this to turn into a situation like you had in the first where you were almost out of the inning and then you let a 2-out rally get going.
Miles has made his mistakes but been pretty clean to this point. The 3-2, fouled right side and out of play.
Well, Jordan Beck is doing what good hitters do, and he's kind of taking away Miles' fastball because he's fouling off the good ones and he's taking the bad ones out of the zone.
He's doing exactly what you need to do with a pitcher who sometimes struggles with control on the mound. Comes with another fastball, that one fouled away again.
I think that's, 6 fastballs in a row for Miles. You're wondering when he's going to go to the breaking ball. He has to at some point, at least you would think.
Well, it's 3-2. Most importantly, he needs to stick with the pitch he can locate. If it takes 5 more, it takes 5 more. But he went to the breaking ball, got him on the swing, and down goes Jordan Beck. So Brock Wilkin homers to extend the Mariner lead to 2-0. Miles comes back with 2 straight strikeouts. We'll send it to the Gatemen, half of the third. Stay with us here on the Gatemen Baseball Network. Cape Cod Coca-Cola thanks you for supporting the Cape Cod Baseball League and for refreshing yourself with ice-cold Coca-Cola products. We offer over 400 different beverage choices on Cape Cod to quench every thirst, and more than 150 of those are low or no-calorie options.
Earn a bachelor's or master's degree, complete a certificate, or take a single course through the Division of Continuing Education and Graduate Studies at Curry College. In-person and high-flex classes run days, evenings, and weekends in Milton and Plymouth. To learn more about the programs in business, accounting, criminal justice, education, nursing, and more, visit curry.edu.
Clobbered high and deep to right center field, and this one is gone, a home run.
That home run's brought to you by Eastern Propane and Oil, another scholarship for a deserving youth. Eastern Propane and Oil, we're in your neighborhood.
Curry College is where you go to become anything you want. Curry prepares students to engage in successful careers with learning beyond the classroom. Explore undergraduate programs, including new majors in sport and recreational management, graphic design, marketing, and computer science, online at www.currycollege.edu.
Whether you are recently retired or still working, Fairway Financial can help you create clearly defined.
So here's Tommy Troy representing the top of this Gatemen order. Down 2-0 to the Mariners, and he sends that one to the left side. Diving play made by Wilkin at third. The throw to first is in time. Brock Wilkin with the home run in the last inning, and then showing off the leather at the hot corner to get the first out of the bottom of the third.
Took the words right out of my mouth. He's just showing off now. Hit a bomb that actually hit a car in the parking lot over the bleachers and left. And now a nice job. Charged the grounder, dove, blocked it up, quick to his feet. Excellent throw.
Now Jim Jarvis attacking the first pitch, goes to short. Preisner, the throw, got him again. How about the leather from the left side of this Mariner infield? It was Wilkin and now Zach Preisner with a slick play at shortstop. And 2 pitches, 2 outs for Cam Schlittler, who's got to be feeling good right now.
Well, that wasn't as clean from Preisner. He almost lost his balance on the throw, and it was a one-hopper to putts, but he was able to pick it and just beat Jarvis by a couple steps.
Well, now, Cade Kern just broke one of baseball's golden rules with that swing right there. And it's lucky he came up empty, because if he had put that in play and made it out, it would have been a 3-pitch inning. Now he sends one down the line to left, twisting toward the corner and foul.
I don't have a problem with that, though. So what?
So what?
2
I know.
pitches, 2 ground outs. Swing
It's
at the
not
first
that
pitch.
big a deal, but a lot of old school coaches will tell you don't ever give a pitcher a chance at a 3-pitch inning. If the first 2 guys go out on the first 2 pitches, you take a seat for the first pitch if you're at bat if you're the third hitter in the inning.
Well, if somebody told that to Kern, he clearly disregarded it.
But he's down 0-2 now. 4 pitches this inning, 4 swings for the Gatemen. Now takes a fastball high. Whew. Somebody laid off. So the count goes 1-2. Base is still empty. Here with 2 outs in the bottom of the third. The pitch, chopped foul, third base side.
Cade Kern has been swinging for the fences a lot recently, but he's got to start getting a little more defensive with 2 strikes and just trying to put the ball in play more. He did a better job of that last night. Didn't get rewarded with a hit.
Came with the breaking ball there. Kern swung through it. So we'll go to the 4th. Gatemen trailing by 2.
Clobbered high and deep to right center field, and this one is gone. A home run.
That home run's brought to you by Eastern Propane and Oil. Another scholarship for a deserving youth. Eastern Propane and Oil, we're in your neighborhood.
Curry College is where you go to become anything you want. Curry prepares students.
Feel the power of a GMC. Test drive one today at Robertson's GMC, down on Cranberry Highway.
Wareham House of Pizza has been serving Wareham and Marion for over 40 years with steak and cheese, pizza, and subs. Located in Shaw's Plaza, head on over for pickup or let them deliver to you.
Here we are again from Spillane Field in the top of the 4th inning. Gatemen down 2-0 as Chris Newell strides to the plate for the Harwich Mariners. In town for the first time this week at Spillane Field, taking on the Gatemen for the 2nd time. The Gatemen, of course, visited on Monday, lost that game 5-3. And here they are trying to get their revenge. Spencer Miles back on the mound for his 4th inning of work. Been pretty good through 3 thus far. Made some mistakes, had some bad breaks, but giving up just 2 runs as Newell swings and misses at the first offering from Miles.
Yeah, and really it should only be 1 run. He made a mistake to Wilkin, threw him a fastball when he was expecting it. Wilkin did miss it. Other than that, I've been impressed.
That one driven to right. Kern coming on and makes the catch. Newell just a bit out in front of that off-speed pitch, got it on the end of the bat, and Kern right there to make a fairly easy play for the Gatemen.
Yeah, he barreled it up, but didn't quite have enough on it to get past Kern. He didn't have to move far either.
So here's Zach Preisner. Struck out his first time up. Here he is in the 4th inning. Checks it up, takes a ball, blocked in the dirt by Jimmy Crooks. Preisner, a member of that left side of the Mariner infield that made 2 very nice plays in the bottom of the 3rd inning. And that one skied to center field. Going back on it is Tres Gonzalez. He has room and stops a few feet before the wall to make the grab.
Oh, another well-hit ball, but this time Preisner goes to the deepest part of the ballpark. It's listed as 400 out there to center.
Rumor has it it's shorter than that, but we'll call it 400.
We're not going to go against the official measurements, at least not yet.
I'm not arguing that it's shorter. I've heard the locals tell me it's not really 400.
Word on the street.
So here comes Jake Lazaro in the left-handed batter's box. Takes ball 1 from the right-handed Miles.
For all that talk about that, though, we have not seen a home run to center field at Spillane yet.
Not yet. The closest anyone's come was really left center. I believe it was Fergus
and
that hit off the wall.
Kern did it as well.
Yeah. That one's lifted to left. Diodati moving toward the line, throws the glove up, and makes the catch for out number 3. So 3 straight flyouts in the inning, and Miles gets out of the 4th cleanly. Going to the bottom of 4, Gatemen trailing by 2.
Wareham House of Pizza has been serving Wareham and Marion for over 40 years with steak and cheese, pizza, and subs. Located in Shaw's Plaza, head on over for pickup or let them deliver to you. Located on the Cape Cod Canal, Keystone Place at Buzzards Bay is the area's newest rental independent living, assisted living, and memory care community. With some of the area's largest apartments and an ultra-inclusive monthly service package, Keystone Place is a life-fulfilling retirement community unlike any other. Discover Keystone Place, the best option in Cape Cod.
One of the Gatemen's favorite places for their post-game meals is Cool Cone, where you can get anything from fried clams and fried chicken to an ice cream sundae, and then top it all off with a round of mini golf. Cool Cone, located on Route 6 on the Wareham-Marion line.
The law firm of Lang, Exifaris, and Bullard, providing families and businesses in the greater New Bedford community with legal services for 40 years. We look forward to serving you. For an appointment, call 508.
Cam Schlittler back for the Mariners for his 4th inning of work. Nick Magas alongside Jack Sadighian for Spillane Field. From Spillane Field. Jeez.
I don't know if you want to speak for the field.
It's a 2-0 deficit for the Gatemen, but the good news, they have their 3 best hitters coming to the plate. Diodati in the cleanup spot, Yohandy Morales, and then Justin Williams, the hot bat.
See if Diodati can get his first hit of the night. Did well to draw a walk his first time up. And a good bounce back after a tough night last night. Uncharacteristic last night. But typically when he's played bad, he's bounced back with big outings.
So the approach from Schlittler the first time around was breaking ball, breaking ball, breaking ball, breaking ball, breaking ball until Diodati just couldn't lay off anymore. That was the slider first pitch. Diodati chopped it foul. Drew a base on balls his first time up. Now Schlittler out of the windup, comes with the fastball and misses outside.
Both of the last times Diodati went 0 for 4, he was able to get a hit the next night.
Fouls that one into the dirt, goes 1-2. quick research from you right there, Jack. I love it. So Diodati's due. That's what you're telling me. It's 1-2. That missed low, evens the count.
Well, what he's been doing with these breaking balls away is he's been pushing them into center field or lifting them to shallow left.
That one goes right back up the middle, but Preisner is there with the glove. The throw to first is in time. Diodati goes 6-3 for out number 1. And now Yohandy Morales strides into the circle. Nobody aboard here for the Gatemen. 1 out in the bottom of this 4th inning as Morales takes a hack at the first pitch, fouls it back.
What I love about Morales is he loves to swing. I mean, he wants to barrel a ball up every time he's at the plate.
And he was complaining that he hasn't had enough chances to do that before the game.
Well, what I was going to say is he loves to do that, but if you don't throw him strikes, he's going to take the pitches all the way and take his walk.
There's the fastball, though, finds the zone for a strike.
So 1-2 now to Morales. See what he can do here.
Schlittler out of the windup, misses upstairs with a breaking ball.
That was a good pitch. Nice layoff by Morales.
Cross the zone just a little bit too high, so it evens the count at 2. The 2-2 from Schlittler misses low. Morales working his way back into this count now, fills it up 3-2. Outfield straight up, spread out. No breeze here at Spillane Field. Here's the payoff pitch, driven to center field. Going back on it is Newell. Back to the track, he reaches up, makes the catch. With his back against the wall, Chris Newell tracks it down, and Yohandy Morales put a charge into that baseball.
I love the way he hits. I mean, he waits for you to make a mistake and pounces on it. Hit that one deep into center field, and I thought after just talking about not having a home run for center that might be the one, but just a few feet short of getting out of here.
Well, we've jinxed enough things from on air here this season as Williams takes strike 1. It would be nice to see one of those go in our favor. Williams fouls that one off as well for the second time tonight, down 0-2.
Did a good job battling back last time. Fouled off a few pitches before popping up to second. That was a bases loaded opportunity in the first, and that pop-up ended the inning.
The 0-2 chopped off his foot. Gatemen loaded the bases with 2 outs in that first inning on 3 straight walks from Schlittler. Since then, he has gotten it together. Now has 2 outs in the inning and 2 strikes on the hottest bat in this Gatemen order, Justin Williams. Now 7 for 17 in his past 5 games. Sends that one to left field, sinking, and now a diving play by Lazaro, who got a late jump, but there to make the catch. That will retire the side. We're going to the 5th, down 2-0 on the Gatemen Baseball Network.
Legacy Insurance Agency at 213 Main Street here in Wareham can offer you coverage for all your insurance needs. We have the bundle discounts, the accident forgiveness, the vanishing deductible, no loss, etc. But unlike those gimmick companies, we can quote you with multiple carriers. So forget the lizard and price tool and come talk to a professional. We'll help you find what's right for you. The AD Makepeace Company also owns and operates Reed Custom Soils, the area's leading manufacturer of custom soils, including CU structural soil and Rooflight certified green roof media. Reed Custom Soils is also a manufacturer and distributor of baseball infield mix and conditioners. To learn more, visit admakepeace.com or reedcustomsoils.com.
Got legal trouble? Attorney Mark Deshays is here to help the greater New Bedford area with real estate and business law, estate planning, and probate. Visit him today.
After the game, visit El Mariachi on Main Street for the best Mexican food in Wareham. The cantina provides a delicious late-night snack accompanied by fun cocktails.
Northeast Maritime Institute's College of Maritime Science is a proud sponsor of the Wareham Gatemen. If you're looking for a career at sea, look to NMI's program of education, adventure, and employment on northeastmaritime.com, America's premier 2-year maritime college.
We head to the top of the 5th. Harwich ahead of Wareham 2-0. And an interesting face on the mound. Jack Brannigan out of Notre Dame, normally seen at third base, is going to come in and pitch after Spencer Miles goes 4 innings, gives up 2 earned runs off of 4 hits and a walk, and finishes with 5 strikeouts.
Well, Brannigan is a guy who hasn't pitched in the Cape League yet and really didn't pitch that much at Notre Dame. Did pick up 3 saves on the year for them. He was a high-leverage guy. They went to him in big situations. But just 4 innings pitched on the year, had an 11.25 ERA. So not exactly where he wanted that number. The year before, however, it was a 1.93 in four appearances. That was 4 2/3 innings pitched. So it's been an up-and-down pitching career for Brannigan as he delivers a first-pitch ball to Hal Hughes.
1-0, fouled straight back. Hughes, the late entry into the lineup today for Max Coutier. Grounded out to third his first time up. 1-1, that hit him. So not the start you're hoping for Jack Brannigan. He hits the leadoff man in the top of the 5th. And Hughes is aboard. 2-0 Harwich lead. And Tatum Levens to the plate. 0 for 2 with a strikeout as Levens.
Well, as you said, Jack, not the way you wanted to start this if you're Brannigan. But 2020 freshman All-American, when you have numbers like he did on the mound and at the plate, not difficult to tell why.
First pitch to Levens is a fastball inside. I'm a bit surprised to see him pitching, though, in the Cape League. I wasn't sure if that was something he was going to keep pursuing in the next couple years at Notre Dame. 1-0 pitch misses low. It's something that we really haven't talked to him a lot about at all.
We haven't, no. And George Carlejo is going to come out to the mound now as he faces a 2-0 count on the leadoff man, Tatum Levens, after walking the 9-hitter, the first batter in this inning. So they'll have a conversation between Crooks, Brannigan, and Carlejo. Not sure exactly what the future holds on the mound for Brannigan, as you said, but if you're a guy who can play both ways, it's better than not playing both ways.
Sure.
It means more to him at Notre Dame, and then probably for his draft stock as well, if you can advertise him as a guy who can do it all. And it's not too far-fetched to say that. He's done it before, and I'm sure he'll have a chance to do it again.
And so mound meeting is broken up. Carlejo back to the dugout. We'll see if Brannigan can settle down a little bit. Tatum Levens has a 2-0 count. Hal Hughes, the runner, out first. Nobody out in the top of the 5th. Harwich ahead 2-0. A run in the first and then a run in the third off a solo homer from Brock Wilkin. 2-0, fastball low and inside. Three balls and no strikes. The pitch, and there's a strike for Brannigan. Threw a fastball in the outer half. Levens was taking all the way. See what he does for the 3-1 pitch. On the way and fouled off.
Brannigan battling back in this count. Now 3-2 after falling down 3-0. Levens came into this game with a .455 on-base percentage. That's why he's in the leadoff spot as the catcher for this Mariner team, but 0 for 2 on the night so far.
Payoff pitch. Driven up the middle, that'll get through. Hughes into second. And there are now runners on first and second with nobody out. in the top of the 5th. Brannigan's Cape League debut on the mound not going how he would have hoped so far. And Press Kavanaugh coming up. 0 for 2 with a couple ground outs.
Well, this continues to be a bit of a curious decision from the Gatemen dugout. This had to have been premeditated to put Brannigan in this game, but with so many new pitchers coming in this past week, including a few we haven't seen yet, Brannigan in this 5th inning in a low-scoring ball game is definitely not what I expected.
First pitch to Kavanaugh was a strike. Here's the 0-1. That one was a fastball for a strike at the knees. So quickly 0-2 to Kavanaugh.
Now Crooks goes through a quick set of signs. Behind the plate quickly, though, wants to give Brannigan a chance to get the out here, not lose his rhythm.
0-2, chopped down the first base line. Despina has it, but it's ruled foul. So runners have to return to first and second. Still 0-2 to Kavanaugh. Gatemen used to having a lot of base runners in these first couple games against Harwich in 2021. 2 on, nobody out here as the 0-2 is in the dirt. Kavanaugh out of UNC Greensboro. Hit 8 bombs with 36 RBIs this past season. That pitch is grounded off the foot of Levins and into right field. No signal on the field, but that hit Levins. A run scores, no ruling from the umpires right now. That should be an out. That hit Levins. It was a ground ball on the right side. Levins was on the run from first, and it hit him in the foot.
Well, the base runner who it hit
is out. Yes.
There's no doubt about that. And what they're discussing is now where should the lead runner, Hal Hughes, be forced to stop? Because I don't believe he's just allowed to keep circling the bases after a runner gets hit with a ball. He's not out, but you can't let him keep running forever. So now they'll meet to discuss what his fate will be.
Well, my issue was there was no initial signal from the umpires like they even saw that it hit off Levin's foot.
And yes, there wasn't, but there's 2 umpires involved in that play. There's the first base ump who was in his spot, and then the second base ump here, as part of this 3-man crew, is standing right in the middle of the diamond behind the mound. So they'll meet, they'll call the runner out as they should, and they'll put
Hughes should have to return.
He just pointed the second. Well, he just pointed the second base. I think they want to put Hughes. Well, that wouldn't make sense.
We've got ourselves a pickle.
We do have a pickle.
Spillane. So Levins is out. There's an out in the top of the 5th. For those wondering, Harwich leading 2-0 at the moment. And I believe what should happen is Hal Hughes should either be on second or third. And Kavanaugh should be on first.
That's Levins trotting out to second base.
Well, they already ruled him out, so I'm not sure what he's still doing.
Hal Hughes was on second. He ultimately scored on the play. He came around from second to the plate and is now in the dugout.
Steve Englert, the manager for Harwich in the 17th season, discussing the situation.
There's 1 out on the scoreboard, but take that with a grain of salt. We don't exactly know what that means.
I mean, I could see this going a number of ways because The only real decision they
Okay,
should have
now-
to make is where Hughes is.
Now
on
they've
the
grabbed
bases.
Levens, and they're sending him back to the dugout.
And they're calling Hughes out of the dugout. So the question is Hughes on second or third?
Well, Hughes was on second to start the play, so now he's on third. That makes sense.
Well, now they're motioning him back to second.
So they're going to say Hughes doesn't get to advance. So we had runners at first and second when the pitch was thrown, and now we'll have one out with runners at first and second. The difference is it's a different runner on first base.
I'm not quite sure how to score
All
that.
right, Jack and I have some homework to do tonight. I think the umpires might have some homework to do tonight, and we will all report to you on our next call. That'll be Friday night in Chatham, and we'll get to talk to you about what exactly was going on.
I don't think anyone really knew. Brock Wilkin to the plate now. Takes the pitch outside for ball one. So let's reset the situation. 2-0 Harwich lead. Runners on first and second. One out in the top of the fifth. Brock Wilkin at the plate. He's 2 for 2 with a double and a home run. 1-0 grounded left side. Jarvis has to Troy for one. On to first for two.
Oh, boy.
6-4-3 double play. Brannigan gives up 2 leadoff runners, but gets out of trouble, and it's still 2-0.
Northeast Maritime Institute's
Get your glow on at Compassionate Med Spa. They're compassionate about getting your perfect skin. Come get your glow on. Call 774-678-7319. Mention this ad and get 25% off at Hydra Facial.
The Mezzaluna Restaurant is a family-run Italian restaurant celebrating 80 years.
Does your insurance agent know you by name, analyze your stats, and help you with your game plan? If the answer is no, then it's time to draft Morse Insurance. Their local team will get to know you, assess your risk, and develop a strategy to protect your home, auto, or business. Visit us online at morseins.com. #Morse, of course, has your back.
The Cape Cod Baseball League would like to welcome our new sponsor, Mosquito Mary's, a locally owned, family-operated business that provides all-natural mosquito and tick control services. Call 866-ASK-MARY or go to mosquitomarys.com. Mention the Cape Cod Baseball League and get your first treatment for only $29.
We head to the bottom of the fifth on the Gatemen Baseball Network. Jack Sadighian, Nick Magas. Still trying to figure out the top half of the inning. But for now, it's Crooks, Despina, and Gonzalez, the 7, 8, 9 hitters due up for the Gatemen.
We have about 8 people in our press box up here, and they were all involved in a mid-inning discussion about what exactly happened there. It was runners at first and second. A ground ball went to the right side, and it hit the runner moving from first to second.
Right.
So he was correctly called out. The batter took first, but the runner on second base was put back on second, even though he was moving to third on the play. That was the part of the final decision that I had issue with, but it worked out as Brannigan got a very good hitter in Brock Wilkin to ground into a double play in the very next pitch and got him out of the inning. So no harm, no foul, and here we are again in the bottom of the fifth.
First pitch to Jimmy Crooks misses outside. Crooks flew out to left his first time up. 5th inning on the mound for Schlittler. He's gone 4 scoreless. That pitch to Crooks fouled away. So now a ball and a strike to the catcher from Oklahoma. But that certainly had everyone's brain in a pretzel in the top of the inning. Glad that's over with. 1-1 breaking ball is swung on and missed.
Been a quiet night for this part of the order. Quiet few days for this part of the order for the Gatemen, really. These 3 led off the second inning as well. Went down 1-2-3, so we'll see if Jimmy Crooks can go back on that here.
1-2 pitch. Rings up Crooks. Came with the fastball, got strike 3 at the knees. 3rd strikeout for Schlittler.
Well, it's been a big zone tonight, but a consistent zone, and that was just a good fastball in a spot where Crooks couldn't touch it. Nothing he could do, and goes down on strikes.
2-0 Harwich in the bottom of the fifth. 1 out, nobody on for Angelo Despina. Lined out to third his first time up. And the first pitch to him is low for ball 1. 1-0 lifted high into left field. Lazaro back to the wall, twisting. It's off his glove. Now picked up by the center fielder, Newell. Despina puts on the brakes at second. We'll see how this is scored, but I believe that will be a double for Angelo Despina.
Well, that's a double, and twisting is exactly right, Jack. Lazaro was going back on that ball, turned over his shoulder on 3 or 4 separate occasions, and I think the ball just ended up hitting him in the glove. He had absolutely no idea where it was going to come down. But a tough play on a ball that was over his head. He was trying to track it back toward the wall, and Despina is on second base with a 1-out double.
And a big hit for him, his 3rd double of the season. Tres Gonzalez, a tying run to the plate. First pitch to him is outside. So Despina, the lone base runner at second with 1 out. Gonzalez grounded out to first his first time up. Here's the 1-0 pitch. Called time. Schlittler threw the ball to the plate, but Gonzalez got the call for time.
So Gonzalez last night, we didn't really get to touch on this much the first time he came up, but sent a line drive to center field in the first inning with runners at first and second, and it was dropped. Scored an error. Very well could have been a double. We won't debate the issue there, but Gonzalez didn't get the RBI. It did put the Gatemen ahead 2-0 in that first inning.
1-0 pitch. Missed high and outside. Has an opportunity here to get his 3rd RBI this season. First pressure we've seen Schlittler in since the first when he walked 3 straight batters to load the bases. Forced a pop out to get out of trouble.
It was an ugly start, but he's really settled in. Now 2-0 on Gonzalez.
The pitch low. 3 balls and no strikes now to the center fielder from Georgia Tech. Gatemen looking for their 2nd win in a row. Trying to get a little revenge after losing to Harwich a couple days ago. The 3-0 pitch. Comes in for a strike.
Gonzalez, a top 50 outfielder in the nation out of high school. Drafted in the 37th round by the LA Dodgers.
And he's been the everyday center fielder at Georgia Tech this past season. 3-1. Breaking ball called for a strike. Got the high outside corner. Gonzalez was already on his way to first, but he'll have to return to the batter's box with the full count.
Well, that was a breaking ball that crossed above the letters, but nothing Gonzalez can do about that one.
The righty Schlittler against the lefty Gonzalez. Runner on second, 1 out. Here's the payoff pitch. Driven into right field, that'll get down. Despina's going to hold up at third. Throw cut off at the mound. But now 2 straight hits for the Gatemen. There are runners on the corners with 1 out in the bottom of the 5th. Puts the tying run on first and the leading run at the plate with Tommy Troy.
Tres Gonzalez putting a bat on a ball there after getting a bad 3-1 strike called on him. Gets it together, sends a 3-2 pitch into right field, and Despina coming around from second base didn't get a great jump because he didn't know if it would be caught by the second baseman. And also without great speed and a ball that was hit hard off the bat of Gonzalez, forced to stand at third.
Yeah, he wouldn't have beat a throw to the plate.
Not a chance. But runners at the corners now, and the top of the order for the Gatemen coming up.
And we've got a mound meeting. Pitching coach Steve Gruenberg talking to Schlittler. As I mentioned a moment ago, the first trouble he's been in since the first inning.
Well, there's been no motion to the pen yet. The home plate umpire out to the mound now to break up the conference. He does just that, and they'll leave Schlittler out there.
What do you think of that decision?
Tough for me to say without having a pitch count on him offhand.
Sure.
But he's through 4 1/3. Guys in the Cape League especially don't go much longer than that. I think it might be time to call to the pen.
Well, no call, and Tommy Troy to the plate. He is 0 for 2, but coming off a good game last night that included a triple. First pitch to Troy, defensive swing as it's poked foul.
Well, there's two kinds of defensive swings. One where it's a close strike and you just have to foul it off, and the other where there's a ball coming right at you and you need to protect yourself. That swing from Tommy Troy was the latter. That ball would have hit him and just had to put the bat out like it was a shield.
0-1 pitch, outside. Runners on the corners for the Gatemen. One out in the bottom of the fifth. 2-0 Harwich lead. The 1-1. Gonzalez goes. That is popped into right field. Puts the first baseman on the run, makes the catch, throws to the plate. He might have had a chance to get Gonzalez at first, but I don't think he saw him racing back to the bag. So 2 away now, and runners still on the corners for the Gatemen in the bottom of the fifth. Harwich ahead 2-0. That was a big out, though, for Schlittler.
Yes, it wasn't. For a moment, it looked like that ball might get down. The thing about Gonzalez taking off for second base is it pulled Hal Hughes out of his position and thought that had a chance to drop in shallow right field, which would normally be right into the glove of Hal Hughes. Carter putts over there to make the play, though, and now we should get the call to the pen.
And we will. Schlittler's day is done. He goes 4 2/3. Yet to be seen whether he has a run charged to him. But he's given up his first 2 hits in this inning. We'll tell you about the new pitcher when we come back on the Gatemen Baseball Network.
Cape Cod Coca-Cola thanks you for supporting the Cape Cod Baseball League and for refreshing yourself with ice-cold Coca-Cola products. Please remember to recycle your empty bottles, cans, and all other recyclable materials. It takes only 6 recycled plastic bottles to make a new baseball cap.
The 99 Restaurant and Pub is proud to be a sponsor of the Cape Cod Baseball League. Visit your local 99 and try their famous colossal lobster rolls. Piled high on grilled brioche and served hot buttered or with just the right amount of mayo and celery with fries and coleslaw. The 99, always the real deal. Badger Sport is a leading provider of superior quality team uniforms and performance athletic wear, including performance t-shirts, fleeces, shorts, and pants. From the fields to the stands and at every practice along the way, Founders Sport Group makes authentic, quality apparel accessible at the speed of the sport. Visit foundersport.com today.
Serving southeastern Massachusetts and Rhode Island, Office Technology Group has been the area's source for advanced digital multifunctional copiers since 2009. Call Office Technology Group at 508-858-5825.
What's up, Gatemen fans? Looking for Wareham jerseys, shirts, and hats? You can find all of that and more online at gatemen.org/shop. Visit to get all your Gatemen gear today.
Mosquito bites and ticks. No, yikes! When the bugs get scary, just call Mosquito Mary's 866 Ask Mary or visit us at mosquitomarys.com.
Pitching change for the Mariners in a big spot. The lefty Dalton Smith on the mound. He'll take on Jim Jarvis with runners on the corners and 2 away in the bottom of the fifth. Harwich protecting a 2-0 lead. First pitch to Jarvis is a fastball inside.
Well, it was a big second out. They decided to leave Schlittler out there to try and get the second out of this inning against the righty Troy, and he did that. Pop out to first base, kept the runner at third, and now with 2 outs, Smith in a much better position than he would otherwise be.
1-0 pitch is a fastball for a strike on the outer half. Jarvis 0 for 2 with a strikeout and a ground out to short. Here's the 1-1 off the plate. Gatemen's first opportunity since the first when they left the bases loaded. Harwich with a run in the first and a run in the third. 2-1, low and outside.
Smith threw 37 and a third innings this year at Georgia Tech. A 6.51 ERA across those outings. So not a great year for him, but
3-1 pitch swung on and missed.
Comes in 1-0 on this Cape League season. This is his third appearance. ERA a little bit over 8, so been a tough year for him across the board, but trying to get Jarvis here. Now 3-2 count.
Payoff pitch. Missed low and away. Despina heading for home. That got away for a moment. He slides in safe. So initially looked like Levens had it, then it poked a little bit further away. Despina takes off, and the Gatemen are on the board. Now just a one-run Harwich lead in the bottom of the fifth.
Well, I don't think Levens ever found the baseball. It didn't go very far. It just made it outside of the dirt circle toward the first base side, the Gateman dugout, but it was within 10 feet of him the entire play, and I just don't think he was able to locate it. Had the mask off, did everything he needed to do other than find the ball. And Despina capitalized on the mistake.
First pitch now to Cade Kern, misses low. So runners on first and second. 2 outs in the bottom of the fifth, and a 2-1 Harwich lead. Gateman will take them any way they can get them. 1-0, swung on and missed. Kern swinging for the fences. Smith working from the letters. 1-1 is skied into the infield. That's going to get behind the pitcher's mound. A bunch of Mariners converging, and it's caught by Carter Putz. He ran into his third baseman, Brock Wilkin, but still held on to the baseball. Nice play by Putz. The Gatemen do get one, though, off a couple of hits, leave 2 on the bases. 2-1 Harwich lead, and we'll take it down onto the field where Julia Joseph is waiting.
Julia Joseph here alongside Cade Fergus. Cade, last time you played Harwich, you made that phenomenal catch in center field, which landed you on the top 10 plays of the week for the Cape. What would you say has described your establishment as an outfielder for the Gatemen?
Just a lot of hard work and preparation, whether it be at school or whether it be at the early work we do here. I mean, Coach Polk has us doing a good job, and the rest of the other guys, too. We all just compete and get after it kind of in early work. And, yeah, I'd say that's it.
And as from coming from a college player to now being a player in the Cape Cod Baseball League, what would you say are the main factors that contribute to a successful transition?
Honestly, just the guys and coaches that I have at GW, as well as like back home, whether it be my personal trainers or hitting coaches or whatever it might be. Just everyone plays a part in it and makes it kind of an easy transition to come up here.
Great, thank you, Cade.
Thank you.
Back to you guys.
Welcome back to the Gatemen Baseball Network. Top of the sixth, the Gatemen are on the board, but the Mariners still lead 2-1. And a new pitcher on the mound. It'll be Carter Rustad. His first Cape League appearance out of San Diego.
Well, Rustad from Kansas City, Missouri. Long arm, 3/4 arm slot. The fastball was up to 97 in high school. So a hard thrower who continued his success into college. This year, 5-1 record with a 4.70 ERA across 53 2/3 innings pitched. He struck out 46, walked just 20. So Rustad on to take on this Mariner lineup now.
He'll have Putz, Beck, and Newell, the 4, 5, 6 hitters. Harwich scored a run in the first off an RBI single from Chris Newell. Then another in the third on a deep shot to left from Brock Wilkin. It was a solo home run. Gatemen get one back after Despina able to score following a walk on a pitch that got away from Tatum Levins. Carter putts, climbs into the right-handed batter's box. First pitch from Rustad. Misses inside for ball 1. Lifted high into right field. Kern coming on. He has to range far to his left. Now settles under it and makes the catch. That was about 10 feet fair from the right field line. 1 away in the top of the 6th. Nobody on for Jordan Beck. 2-1 Harwich lead, rather.
Well, once again, we don't have a gun here in Wareham, a radar gun that is, that we can see on the scoreboard to get velocities on Carter Rustad, but he is pumping some gas early in this ballgame. Mentioned the fastball up to 97 in high school.
First pitch to Beck is swung on and missed.
Rustad, the number 15 freshman pitcher in the country after last season. He led the team in the shortened 2020 year with a .84 ERA.
0-1 pitch to Beck. Foul back. Beck 1 for 2 with a single in the first. And Rustad has a little bit of an interesting arm slot as well, Nick.
Well, just a little bit of a 3/4 slot. What makes it a little bit more effective than it sometimes is in other pitchers is just his frame, how long and lean he is.
0-2 fouled away.
6'5", 195. The numbers on Carter Rustad.
Yeah, he definitely has the body to be a pitcher.
And with that comes a deceptive delivery because his stride takes him farther down the mound than most as the pitch is blocked up by Crooks. Yeah, so velocity like 97 can jump on you even quicker than it would from a guy who's smaller with a shorter arm and a different arm slot.
Now a ball and 2 strikes to Beck. Here's the 1-2 pitch. Lined hard to third. Morales has it on a hop throw to first. Picked by Despina, but late. Beck is safe at first.
Well, Despina's looking around at all the other umpires on the field, looking for somebody to change that call, and I don't think it's going to happen, but he looked out to me.
I was initially going to say I thought he looked safe, but...
Okay, well, then just fine.
Well, but it was definitely close.
We have video review, so when somebody gets a look at it, we'll let you know. That was a joke. We don't. There is a cable stream, so we can probably rewind. There's some way that you can do that from home, figure out if he was safe or not.
All right, so you have your homework. Chris Newell is at the plate. First pitch to him, swung on and missed. So an infield base hit for Beck, his second. He's on first with 1 out in the top of the 6th. 2-1 Harwich lead. Oh, 0-1 to Newell coming from the belt of Rustad. And the pitch is a breaking ball for strike 2.
Well, we should make a correction here and say, for as much as we were talking about the umpiring on that play, whether it was good or not, the stop from Yohandy Morales at third base on a hop laying out to his glove side, the fact that that ball didn't get into left field is a miracle.
0-2 pitch. Check swing, didn't go. So now a ball and 2 strikes to Newell. Newell 1 for 2 with an RBI single in the first. Brought in the first run of the game. Harwich ahead in this one, but doesn't feel as lopsided as the first meeting between these two teams, even though Harwich only won that game by 2 runs. 1-2 pitch. Swung on and missed. Blew the fastball by him. Rustad's first strikeout. Now 2 away and a runner still on first in the top of the 6th. Harwich ahead 2-1.
Well, as you said, Jack, doesn't feel as lopsided as it did the first time, and it's really just the Brock Wilkins solo shot that was the difference maker in this one. The base paths have not been overrun as they were on Monday.
First pitch to the righty, Zach Preisner. Runner goes, throw to second, and he's out. Jimmy Crooks again. He has now thrown out 6 batters on the 2021 Cape League season. That retires the side. It's still a 2-1 game with the Gatemen behind. Bottom of the 6th at the moment.
Redshirt Fridays is a national program created to acknowledge, honor, and support our troops who put themselves in harm's way to defend our freedoms. In support of this program, the Cape League teams will be wearing a specially designed red jersey every Friday. This special weekly celebration of Redshirt Fridays is sponsored by 47 Brand, HP Hood, Cape Cod Regional Transit Authority, Advanced Embroidery, and the Cape League. Support our troops and join us by wearing red each Friday.
Whether it's life insurance to safeguard your loved ones, an umbrella policy to protect your teen driver, or making sure your home is covered from storm damage, Rogers Gray is there to guide you. Insurance is more than just a box to check. Trust Rogers Gray, a proud sponsor of the Cape Cod Baseball League.
South Coast Health Operators of Charlton Memorial, St. Luke's, and Toby Hospitals delivers an unmatched combination of clinical excellence with a personal touch. They are proud to serve as Southeastern Massachusetts and Rhode Island's only not-for-profit health system, as well as the region's largest employer. South Coast Healthcare, plus something more.
Catchers aren't the only ones protecting home. With Rogers Gray, you have more coastal homeowners insurance options.
Bottom of the 6th we go. Harwich ahead of Wareham 2-1. Jack Sadighian alongside Nick Magas. And it's Diodati, Morales, and Williams to the plate for the Gatemen in the bottom half of the 6th. First pitch to Diodati is in for a strike.
Well, these 3 led it off in the 4th. We were excited to see them come up in a 2-run deficit. It's now 2-1, but Diodati grounded out to short. Morales flew out to center, and then Williams lined out to left.
A 1 pitch is cut on and missed. Diodati chased a breaking ball outside. He walked in the 1st, then grounded out in the 3rd. 0-2 pitch. Fouled off. Wareham got their first run of the game in the last inning, as the 0-2 is just upstairs. Despina scored after Jim Jarvis was walked and the pitch got away. 1-2 pitch, swung on and missed. Diodati strikes out, and there's 1 away in the last of the 6th. Nobody on for Yohandy Morales.
There they go again to Diodati. That was 3 straight sliders to close that at bat from Dalton Smith. The 3rd one got him to chase, and he's retired.
First pitch to Morales is hammered to center field. Newell back at the wall, and he's going to make the catch. That is the 2nd straight time Morales has hit one to the wall in center field. And that's got to be a frustrating feeling. Now 2 outs in the last of the 6th.
Well, writing fly out to center on the card doesn't do that justice, especially not 2 times in a row. And we were talking about how that fence is shorter than 400 feet, potentially, but we're just going to go with it. That's a deep fly out that had all of 398 feet 2 times in a row now.
First pitch to Justin Williams is swung on and missed. 2 outs, nobody on. 2-1 Harwich lead in the last of the 6th. Williams is 0 for 2. 0-1, swung on again, missed again.
Talk about power, though, to dead center field. Justin Williams last night. Solo shot put the Gatemen up 3-0 in Katuitt, and it was a bomb into the forest.
That pitch in the dirt and skips to the backstop. So now 1-2 to Williams. It was 440 feet, had a 102 mile per hour exit velocity.
Hit it hard, got it up there, and it just kept carrying. Rode the wind.
That pitch fouled off. Still 1-2 to Williams. He's had a couple of quality at-bats tonight, but hasn't amounted into anything. 1-2, grounded left side. That's off the glove of Preisner. The shortstop tried to backhand it, and it gets into left field. Williams safe at first. That's a tying run aboard with 2 outs in the bottom of the 6th.
It was a hard ground ball in the hole off the bat of Williams, and yet another quality at bat. We'll wait to see how it will be scored, but either way, 3 times to the plate for Justin Williams.
And it was ruled a hit for Williams. First pitch now to Jimmy Crooks is in for a strike.
All right, so the hit streak continues. He's now 1 for 3. Justin Williams now aboard at first base.
Crooks is 0 for 2 tonight. 0-1 to him, slap foul down the first baseline. Quickly 0-2 to Crooks. He's somebody with a hit streak as well. 6 games, has yet to get a hit tonight, though. Williams a couple steps off first. 0-2 pitch, low and away.
Well, base hit would be nice here. Crooks rarely tries to do too much, and if he can just pull a hard ground ball or a line drive into right field, Williams can go first to third and then give us a chance to tie this ball game.
When he did it last night, grounded one down the first base line fair for an RBI. 1-2, Williams on the move, pitch swung on and missed. Crooks slams his bat into the dirt, and the inning is retired. Harwich still on top 2-1 after no runs, a hit, and 1 left for the Gatemen. 7th inning in a moment on the Gatemen Baseball Network.
The Gateway Tavern, located on Marion Road in Wareham, offers an extensive but not exhaustive array of menu choices. They search for the finest in foods, ranging from garden fresh produce to hand-selected seafood, and have special menus that change daily. The Gateway Tavern is proud to be the official helmet of the Wareham Gatemen.
Wherever you call home, from Boston to the South Shore to the South Coast to the Cape and Islands, Rogers Gray has you covered for all of your coastal homeowners insurance needs. Rogers Gray is a proud sponsor of the Cape Cod Baseball League. Learn more at rogersgray.com.
That double play is brought to you by TM Ryder Insurance Agency. Package your home and auto insurance for the perfect double play.
Village Signs of Mattapoisett. They do it all, from logo design, trucks and buildings, to boats. Village Signs has proudly served Southern New England for over 35 years. Visit them at villagesigns.inc.com for all your signage needs.
Nick Magas and Jack Sadighian back on the Gatemen Baseball Network. Sun continues to drop below the tree line here at Spillane Field as we get set for the top of this 7th inning. Zach Preisner took to the box in the top of the 6th, but Jordan Beck was thrown out by Jimmy Crooks for the 3rd out of the inning. So he'll return, step into the right-handed box, and face off against Carter Rustad on for his 2nd inning of work. For Rustad last inning, it was clean. Fastball was jumping. Don't have a velocity on it, but it's high spin. He keeps it up in the zone, and he was cruising through just the 1 inning he's thrown so far. Gets the first pitch across the plate to Preisner for strike 1.
And that's something scouts love, that high spin rate. When you can get your fastball to rise up and blow it past hitters.
Ground ball to the third base side, backhanded by Morales. The throw is high, and it's over the head of Despina. Preisner slipped trying to round first, so now he'll return to the bag. Crooks was there to back it up.
We'll have to imagine that's going to go down as a throwing error.
Well, we know better than to guess, but Morales had that ball on the backhand side. It would have been a nice play, and on a long throw, just sailed it over the head of Despina.
And it is ruled an error, Nick.
For Morales, 11 errors on the year at third base at the University of Miami. But Rustad comes right back and blows a fastball by Jake Lazaro.
Well, he gave up a hit in the last inning. That didn't affect him. Of course, he got some help from Crooks throwing out the base runner.
Rustad out of the stretch, short leg kick, now fires a fastball and gets the outside corner. Lazaro in the left-hand batter's box, a runner at first base. It's Preisner who reached on an error a moment ago. 2-1 deficit for the Gatemen. And now here's the 0-2 to Lazaro. Breaking ball stayed up.
If the last pitch was a strike, I feel like that one should have been too, but I think you could have argued either way.
Oh, here we go. That was lightning out past the fence in center field. It is a beautiful night, let's be clear here in Wareham. No sign of any bad weather in the area. The evening has cooled off. There is no rain, but that was lightning over the center field fence. So the home plate umpire just called time, and they'll take it to a conference now on the left side of the pitcher's mound to try and figure out what they're going to do.
Well, I don't know the exact rule on it, but doesn't it depend on how far away the lightning was, or is it if you spot lightning, then you automatically have a delay?
I don't know the rule. I know that lightning is very far away, but it appears that they're going to delay this game. Crooks is heading back to the Gateman dugout.
And that's what they're going to do, a 30-minute lightning delay.
Oh, boy. All right, well, Jack and I will step aside for a moment. Hopefully we get to see you folks again, or at least talk to you folks again. And now we've just seen more lightning, so I guess the 30 minutes resets, and we'll try and find a way to keep ourselves entertained here in the press box. All right, don't know how long it'll be, but we'll be back in some time on the Gateman Baseball Network. Hello, everyone. If you're still with us, thanks for sticking around. We are just a few minutes away from hopefully getting back to the action here from Spillane Field. Nick Magas, Jack Sadighian, waiting through a lightning delay on the Gatemen Baseball Network. It's a 2-1 lead, the Harwich Mariners over the Wareham Gatemen. And if you are just joining us, we will recap the rest of this game, assuming we can remember it. It's been about a half hour, but so far it's been pretty smooth sailing for both of these teams. It's been a pretty clean ball game, and it was Harwich who jumped out to an early lead.
Yeah, the first inning was the busiest inning in this ball game. Harwich scored a run after Wilkin doubled when Tres Gonzalez and Cade Kern collided in the outfield. Following that double was a walk, a base hit, then an RBI single from Chris Newell, but Miles was able to limit the damage at just a run. Then the Gatemen came around in the bottom of the first and loaded the bases after 3 straight 2-out walks, but Justin Williams popped out to end the inning.
And then in the third, it was Brock Wilkin that came up and gave Harwich a 2-0 lead on a solo moonshot to left field. We had a bit of a call on that one. Jack looked for the fastball, and then that fastball was launched.
Yeah, Wilkin looked for the fastball too, apparently.
Apparently he can hear us. We've heard that everything we say from up here can be heard at home plate, so we should be careful predicting pitches, because on the off chance that one of these very, very good Division I hitters puts any stock in what we're saying, we could get our own guys into some trouble.
Yeah, but that was a no-doubter. Furthest ball we've seen hit to left field at Spillane Field.
So where we're at right now, so the Gatemen got one back. That was on a Tres Gonzalez single, scored Angelo Despina. No, check that. Despina scored on a wild pitch. So he doubled with 1 out in the 5th inning. Gonzalez singled, and then he scored on a wild pitch.
Yeah, he did. It was a walk to Cade Kern, Jim Jarvis, and then Despina came in when the pitch got away from Levins. Made it a 2-1 game. But now we're here in the 7th, and originally on the mound for the Gatemen was Carter Rustad, but hard for him to come back out after already throwing, so we're going to see a new pitcher.
Zach Preisner started this inning off reaching on an Yohandy Morales error at third base. So he's aboard now at first for the Mariners, and Hunter Skilperort comes to the mound. Rustad, short work for the Gatemen, did a nice job to this point, but after throwing, like you said, Jack, and then having to sit for so long, been just over a half hour here as we're set to get play started again. Not the smartest thing for him to cool off and then come back out and start throwing 100% again. So the Gatemen go with Skilperort, a guy we've seen a few times already this year and had a chance to talk to him before the Harwich game just a couple days ago, as he's still yet to allow an earned run on the season after coming in some high leverage situations, coming in with runners on base, and just pitching very, very well after a little bit of a low-profile guy coming into the season.
Yeah, 4 2/3, as you said, no runs allowed. Off of 2 hits and no walks. He has 4 strikeouts. He's been efficient when he's come in, and he's got a good mix. Fastball, curveball, and a changeup, and he can go to a slider as well if he needs to. The curveball has been the one that he wants to work on. He said sometimes it's on, and sometimes it just is not, and he'd like it to be a pitch that is on for him all the time.
So it's a 1-2 count on Jake Lazara, who steps into the left-handed batter's box. The lefty Skilperort stares him down and can put away this hitter with 1 pitch. Here it is. Swing and a miss. There it was.
That's such a bad break for Lazaro. He has to come out with a 1-2 count completely cold after a 30-minute delay and just whiffs at a breaking ball.
At that point, you just have to know you're swinging. You just have to get in the box and be like, whatever this pitch is, I'm taking a hack at it. And if it's out of the zone, so what? Lazaro goes down on strikes as that slider from Skilperort was out of the zone. And here comes Hal Hughes, the 9-hitter for the Mariners. Gets a fastball, takes it for strike 1.
Yeah, Hughes, a late addition to the lineup. We've mentioned that a couple of times. More known for his glove than his bat. But he has gotten aboard tonight after being hit by a pitch in the 5th.
0-1 the count now on Hughes, and time is called.
Gatemen haven't really figured him out. First time these two teams met a couple days ago, he reached on a walk and a hit by pitch, and then also singled in the 8th.
Tonight 0 for 1. Reached on a hit by pitch in the 5th. That was Jack Brannigan that hit him with a pitch in his first outing of the year. Something we failed to recap was Jack Brannigan taking the mound for the 5th inning in what was a bit of a surprise for us. Now Skilport comes home with the 0-1, blocked by Crooks, stays in front of him, and now it's 1-1.
Excellent block by Crooks. I feel like we just take his skills behind the plate for granted. He's already thrown a runner out today. He's thrown out 6 on the season. I mean, he elevates all the pitchers at the mound on top of being a great catcher as far as blocking balls and throwing runners out.
And we've seen him swing it well to this point. As there's a fastball waved on and missed by Hughes. He goes down 1-2. The runner at first base is Zach Preisner, reached on an error to lead off this inning. Tommy Troy, the second baseman, shaded toward the second base bag. The rest of the infield straight up for the Gatemen. Outfield the same. Skilport kicks and fires. Jack wanted to ring him up. The umpire did not, and it's 2-2.
Yeah, I think it was a little bit off the plate. I thought he was going to get the call.
So it was a tense 1-2 pitch, but now the count evens at 2. 1 out here in the top of the 7th inning. And we do it again. Skilport the pitch. Just missed.
That's 2 good pitches in a row. And strong takes by Hal Hughes.
Can't ask for much more if you're Hunter Skilport on the mound. Jimmy Crooks setting up away and then setting up low. Skilly hitting both spots. 2 competitive pitches, but now it's 3-2. Runner takes off, skied towards center field. Tres Gonzalez out there. Coming on, now makes the catch. And that's out number 2.
Good job by Skilport. Throws 2 good pitches, doesn't get strike calls. Hughes able to lay off, and he forces him to pop out to center. Didn't get rattled after those 2 pitches.
So we'll swing it to the top. Tatum Levens wearing number 2 and catching tonight in the leadoff spot for the Mariners.
So valuable for Harwich that they can have a catcher lead things off for them.
Big power swinging left-handed hitter. Skilport out of the stretch, checks the runner, now gets a breaking ball across for strike 1.
That looked like the curveball from him.
He likes that pitch. The changeup is the one he's been working on, but it's a fastball, curveball, slider mix.
And I guess
changeup mix, excuse me. 4 pitches for Skilly. Now he has Levens down 0-1. Fastball split the plate, and he is pounding the zone right now.
I guess I have to make an initial correction. I thought the curveball was the pitch that he had been working on, but he did say it was the changeup.
The curveball is the one he likes.
Yes.
That's his go-to off-speed pitch. The changeup is the one he's been trying to develop, and to his credit, that's probably the toughest pitch to throw effectively for any pitcher. Now he kicks and goes to first. Preisner, after reaching on an error to lead off the inning, stranded there for the time being. It's Tatum Levens in the left-handed batter's box now for the Mariners. The 0-2 fouled back. Challenged him with his best fastball there. It was a good pitch to hit, but Levens just underneath it.
I think the curveball is a good pitch to throw here. You already spoiled your fastball. You could go back to the fastball, but you do have an 0-2 count. So if you miss at the curveball, not a big deal.
0-2, 2 outs, runner at first base. Top of the 7th inning. There's the breaking ball. It's lifted toward right field. Cade Kern coming on. Can't make the play. Now the runner rounds second base, goes to third. It was ultimately Tommy Troy who ended up having the best chance at that ball, but he couldn't get out in time. Cade Kern couldn't come in time, and a bloop single puts runners on the corners for Harwich.
A little bit of bad luck for Skilport. Got exactly what he wanted. A weak pop-up, but it gets down in right field. And Preisner was already taking off on the pitch. 2 strikes, 2 outs. He got a great jump and was able to go first to third on a ball that he probably shouldn't have been able to do that. I mean, if there's only one out, he can't really move off first. He has to wait and see what happens.
So here's Press Kavanaugh. Back-to-back lefties in the order for the Mariners, and he takes strike one.
I think it's important that this stays at a one-run game for the game, and the bats have been a little bit quiet.
Huge gap between Cade Kern and the right field line. Kern out there in right field for the Gatemen, playing all the way in right center. And Kavanaugh fights that one off his hands. Skilport once again quickly ahead 0-2.
Yeah, the scouting report on him, even though he's a lefty hitter, likes to put it in the air the other way, but likes to ground it to the right side. That's why you see three infielders.
That's a good point. The infield shifted to the right. The outfield shifted all the way to the left. There's a ground ball fielded by Despina on a hop, and he takes it himself for out number 3. A good inning of work for Hunter Skilport on relief. We'll set it to the bottom of the 7th on the Gatemen Baseball Network.
Cape Cod Coca-Cola thanks you for supporting the Cape Cod Baseball League and for refreshing yourself with ice-cold Coca-Cola products. Please remember to recycle your empty bottles, cans, and all other recyclable materials. It takes only 6 recycled plastic bottles to make a new baseball cap.
The 99 Restaurant and Pub is proud to be a sponsor of the Cape Cod Baseball League. Visit your local 99 and try their famous colossal lobster rolls. Piled high on grilled brioche and served hot buttered or with just the right amount of mayo and celery with fries and coleslaw. The 99, always the real deal. Badger Sport is a leading provider of superior quality team uniforms and performance athletic wear, including performance t-shirts, fleeces, shorts, and pants. From the fields to the stands and at every practice along the way, Founders Sport Group makes authentic, quality apparel accessible at the speed of the sport. Visit foundersport.com today.
Bottom 7 from Spillane Field. Thanks for joining us on the Gatemen Baseball Network. A lightning delay ended just a few moments ago, and with a runner at first base, Hunter Skilport came in, got 3 outs, and sent us in a 2-1 ball game to the bottom of the 7th. Nick Magas here along Jack Sadighian. And Jack, this is the second night in a row we've had some weird weather affect a baseball game.
Yeah, we had. Luckily, we were able to continue the game. Last night, there was a storm system coming in, and lightning called the game because Katuitt didn't have lights, so it would have been dark after the 30-minute delay. And it worked out for the game, and you wouldn't want that to happen tonight, though.
No, not
down
with the game
2-1,
down.
yeah.
5 innings makes it a full game. If they call it, that would count in the record books. But last night we were through 7.5 with the Gatemen up 5-2. So that's where it stood after they called the game. And the Gatemen picked up their 5th win of the season. They come into this one at 5-6-2. And now a new pitcher on the mound after the break. It's Danny Wilkinson.
Yeah, mainly fastball, curveball from Wilkinson. Those are going to be his big 2 pitches. And had a pretty good year at Villanova this past year. 3.2 ERA in 17 appearances. He recorded 7 saves. That ERA came on 25 1/3. He struck out 36 batters. And then on his Cape Cod season, he's given up a couple runs in 5 innings off of 6 hits and a walk. He has 5 strikeouts.
Well, Wilkinson out of Villanova. We've only seen one other arm out of Villanova this year, but
he was a good one.
He was a good one. The Gatemen had some trouble with Wilkinson's teammate Gordon Graceffo, who is playing for Bourne this summer, has made 2 starts against Wareham, gone a total of 9 innings and given up 1 run. So hopefully the Gatemen have an answer for this Wildcat as he comes with fastball low to Angelo Despina leading off the bottom of the 7th.
Yeah, I'd be thrilled if we didn't see Graceffo again the rest of the season.
I'm sure most of these guys in the first base dugout would be as well. Swing and a miss on another fastball from Wilkinson. So count evens at 1-1. Base is empty here. Gatemen down 2-1 in the bottom of the 7th. Despina goes after another fastball, fouls that one off over the third base dugout.
And all due respect to Wilkinson, he's a good pitcher in his own right, but Not quite the ace Gordon Graceffo is. I think that Wareham can get to him. He got a little bit roughed up his last time out. Gave 2 runs up in 3 innings against Katuitt.
Oh, but that was a sweet breaking ball. Buckled Despina, and he heads back to the dugout. There's out number 1.
Despina again falling behind early in the count. Pays the price for it.
He did have a double his last time up. Ended a bit of a slump for him. But now he is retired. 1 for 3 thus far. And here comes Tres Gonzalez in the 9-hole for the Gatemen. Pops up a bunt, that one to the left side. It gets down and it stays fair. Look at that.
Oh, my.
Talk about a break. That was a popped up bunt. The one thing you do not want to do, but Tres Gonzalez squares around on the first pitch, lands in fair territory, stays in fair territory, and he's aboard with 1 out.
After what happened to him yesterday, if anyone deserved a break, it was Tres Gonzalez.
Yep. Jack's referring to that play in center field, the line drive that was dropped, ruled an error, brought 2 runs across for the Gatemen, but didn't do anything for Tres Gonzalez's stat line. As Tommy Troy swings and misses at the first pitch. Wilkinson, the lefty, out of the stretch. Comes right after Troy with another fastball. That one misses low.
Yeah, and the tough part for Gonzalez yesterday was it was ruled a hit initially, and then they went back and changed it.
Yeah, yeah.
Which is killer.
1 out in the inning. Infield at double play depth for the Mariners. That ball's drilled deep to left center field. It is out of here. The first home run of the year for Tommy Troy, and a 2-run shot puts the Gatemen on top. That's got to feel good for number 4.
Tommy Troy, first game leading off. He was 0 for 3 to that point, but crushed that ball, squared it up beautifully, and puts the Gatemen out in front. Just what they needed. And you get a little bit lucky with Tres Gonzalez. That makes it a 2-run homer and a 1-run lead for the Gatemen.
First pitch strike from Danny Wilkinson, but Tommy Troy, it was fastball after fastball from Wilkinson, and then the first off-speed pitch he threw, Troy absolutely demolished it. So the count goes 1-1 now on Jim Jarvis. Sends that one off the hands, back up the middle and into center field. Jim Jarvis swinging 1-1, finally not down 0-2, and he reaps the benefits with a base hit.
Oh, but he went back to his usual, right up the middle with the line drive. He loves that spot, and it's worked for him.
So a pinch hitter. It'll be Cade Fergus in the box for the Gatemen in place of Cade Kern, who was 0 for 2 with a walk to this point. So a Cade for Cade swap, likely right fielder for right fielder. Unless they
could move Gonzalez over to right.
Make a move with Gonzalez and right. But either way, neither one of those guys at this point in the year has played anything other than center field. So it would be either Gonzalez or Fergus, their first inning in right. As Fergus checks it up, takes a ball.
And I like this move. Fergus, a master of getting on base. And Kern's just been struggling a little too much recently. You want to keep this rally going.
One 1-0 count now on Fergus. Big swing and a miss. Goes 1-1. Jarvis still running from first with 1 out and a 3-2 lead now for the Gatemen in the top or bottom of the 7th inning. It was Tommy Troy that gave the Gatemen the lead a moment ago on a 2-run homer to left field. Now that one's pulled down the line, but foul.
Fergus jumped out on that breaking ball, but he was just a little bit early.
Juiced it up, pulled it foul.
A couple days ago against Harwich, he was 1 for 5 with 4 strikeouts. I'd like to see him at least put this ball in play. Shorten up your swing here with 2 strikes.
The 2-2 grounded to shortstop. Preisner picks it up, gets the lead runner. No time to get Fergus down the first baseline. So it's a fielder's choice for number 14, Cade Fergus. And Owen Diodati, the cleanup man, heading into the left-handed batter's box.
He's had a tough day at the plate today.
He did walk in the first, but made 2 outs since then, a ground out to shortstop and a strikeout. Coming off a tough night for him. So Diodati looking to get back on track. He'll have to wait a moment.
I think what's happening is he's having a tough time deciding what to do with these outside breaking balls. He doesn't know if he wants to swing at them or take them and wait for a fastball.
Lefty on lefty here. There's the fastball, and it caught the outside corner for strike 1.
That was tough because it was just a really good fastball, and he just clipped the outside of the strike zone. I thought it was a good take by Diodati, but just a better pitch.
Diodati calls time, and Wilkinson has to hold up his motion. That's not a good feeling as a pitcher.
Well, Diodati does it all the time. He's so good at it, and it throws pitchers out of their rhythm.
The other night he wasn't granted time, though. Remember how frustrated he was going back to the dugout after trying to call time. So pitch in the dirt, evens the count at 1.
To me, it depends on how early you call it. I mean, when a pitcher's starting to throw, I don't know if I'd grant a hitter time like Diodati gets so many times. But he tried to call time 7 seconds before the pitch a couple days ago against Harwich and just didn't get anything.
The 1-1 fouled off the catcher's mitt to the backstop.
Wilkinson hasn't been afraid to throw Diodati fastballs.
Well, that's his go-to pitch. His bread and butter is a well-located high-spin fastball. Wouldn't be surprised if he tries to come with another one here upstairs. Get Diodati to chase. Time's out on the field. Fergus running from first base, 2 outs in the bottom of the 7th. A 1-2 count on Diodati. Fergus off and running. It's the breaking ball, and Diodati chased. Owen Diodati down on strikes, and that sends us to the 8th, but not before the damage is done. Tommy Troy, a 2-run shot to put the Gatemen on top. It should be a good finish. Stay with us on the Gatemen Baseball Network.
Come on over to BB's Bar and Grill for food, drinks, and fun. Located on Cranberry Highway, come in to sample the delicious eats or relax with a drink while enjoying live entertainment. BB's is one of our team meal partners.
With professional coaches that provide personalized world-class baseball training, Baseball Factory helps every player take his game to the next level. Get a pro evaluation by calling 877-752-6025.
One of the area's best restaurants is located right up the street, Brewfish Bar and Eatery. Brewfish offers 20 rotating craft beers on tap and creative pub food. Check out their off-the-menu brunch with a Bloody Mary bar and $5 mimosas on Sundays. Join us for outdoor dining and drinks under the tent or for live music, located on Route 105 in Marion.
Cape Cod Healthcare is committed to coordinating and delivering the highest quality healthcare services which enhance the health of all Cape Cod residents and visitors. You can expect this level of patient-centered care throughout our entire healthcare system.
Hunter Skilperort back on the bump for the Gatemen. Thanks for joining us on the Gatemen Baseball Network. It's a 3-2 lead for Wareham over the visiting Harwich Mariners. Tommy Troy put our guys ahead just a moment ago, and now Skilperort trying to go back to work after coming in following the lightning delay.
That was a monster home run for Troy, and Gonzalez laid down a bunt and popped up, got a little bit lucky. It landed in the grass fair on the third base line. He was safe at first. Next batter, Tommy Troy, launches one to left center field, and all of a sudden the Gatemen are out in front. After playing behind the entire ball game, what a moment to go up late in the 7th.
The Gatemen with the lead, and it'll be 2 chances for Harwich to try and tie or take it back as the first pitch from Skilperort misses high.
Well, there's a good chance here at the plate. Wilkin 2 for 3 with a double and a home run. He's scored both runs of the game for Harwich.
That's a good point as Skilport delivers a strike. He'll have his work cut out for him, facing 3, 4, 5.
And they're all good hitters.
Wilkin, Putz, and Beck.
All good power hitters.
That looked like the changeup from Skilport just missed outside.
Yeah, it was a nice take by Wilkin. I thought that was a good pitch.
That's the pitch Hunter's working on. Now comes with the curveball 2-1. Ripped foul down the third base line. Morales over, gets a glove on it, but not before it went wide of the bag.
If Skilport can get through these 3 batters, I love the Gatemen's chances entering the 9th inning. The first 5 hitters, I mentioned this a couple times in this broadcast, are the bulk of this lineup for Harwich. And the numbers tonight prove it.
Two now on Wilkin. Fastball outside.
The bottom 4 hitters are a combined 1 for 11. The top 5 hitters have 4 base hits, a double, and a home run.
Wilkin's first priority checks it up, takes a fastball low, and on a 3-2 count, he's walked. Not the way you wanted to start this 8th inning. The dreaded leadoff walk.
And that's a tying run over there on first as well. Those wondering about the defensive changes for the Gatemen after Fergus pinch hit, he's out in center. And Gonzalez moved over to right.
Some power in Putz's bat as well. The infielder out of Notre Dame takes strike 1 from Skilly. Hit .305 this year, 6 home runs, 45 knocked in.
And he hurt the Gatemen a couple nights ago, 2 for 5 with 3 RBIs, but quiet so far tonight. Has just drawn a walk. Other than that, he's 0 for 2 with a strikeout.
Oh, good breaking ball from Hunter Skilport. Started it in the zone, dropped it on the back foot of Carter Putz, and he falls 0-2. Wilkin on first after walking a moment ago. Tried the same pitch, did Hunter Skilport, and missed that time. Fool me once, says Carter Putz. Tommy Troy playing up the middle at second base. The right-handed Putz steps back in the box, waves the bat twice at Hunter Skilport. The lefty out of Pacific comes set, delivers another breaking ball. That one fouled off.
Nice grab by a fan. Barehanded it as it hopped over the fence and then gives it to a young kid as well. So 2 nice plays there by the gentleman.
We didn't hear the call, so we'll say it ourselves. You can keep that foul ball, courtesy of Glenn Hannington.
Thank you for that, Nick.
You're welcome. Here's the 1-2. That's shot toward the Gateman dugout. Don Snedden had to hop off his bucket to get out of the way of that one.
And the poor back girl got a little more than she bargained for.
It's the one time Snedden's left that bucket all night.
Like, Coach Snedden, save me.
So Putz digs back in. 1-2, Wilkin running from first. He's the tying run. The breaking ball missed outside.
Just missed with that. Some of these Harwich hitters have done a good job laying off good pitches by Skilport. If I was a hitter, I would have said that's too close to take and tried to foul it off.
They are patient. Putz was down 0-2. Now it's 2-2. Skilly kicks and fires. Fouled back.
The patience shows in their on-base percentage. They get on at a .345 clip. That was 3rd in the league coming into today. Tough outs. And I'm really surprised this Harwich lineup only averages just over 4 runs per game.
The 2-2. Missed low for the second time this inning. These Harwich hitters have battled back, now worked it full.
Well, Putz is making Skillport work, but he needs this out here. You got to have this one. You don't want 2 runners on, nobody out. Especially not after you just took the lead for the first time in the last frame.
Runner takes off with the pitch. Swing and a miss. Crooks up and throwing. Got him! Would you look at that? A strike him out, throw him out for the Gatemen. And just like that, 2 away in the top of the 8th.
Well, there you go. 1 pitch. Gets a strikeout. Crooks does his thing. He's already thrown 2 out tonight. He had Wilkin by a mile.
So Putz goes down on strikes. Jimmy Crooks cuts down another, and he's 2 for 2, caught stealing on the night.
Still work to do with Beck.
Skilly with a fastball, missed inside. Jordan back in the box now, 2 for 3 with 2 singles and a strikeout.
And he's done a good job working counts.
Gatemen in need of a shutdown inning here. The double play just a moment ago got him 2 steps closer, as that one's fouled off of Jimmy's shin guard, and he takes a moment, gets it back to his pitcher, and they'll go back to work 1-1. Jordan Beck with power to all fields. You see it in the defensive alignment. The outfield fairly straight up, but deeper than they would normally play. Now the 1-1. That's a pretty breaking ball. Curveball's been working for Hunter Skillport.
Yeah, just caught the outer edge of the zone. I'd go after him here 1-2. You could go back to that again if you think you could throw it for a strike. Otherwise, a fastball inside.
Certainly set him up for that inside pitch. Time he goes fastball, fouled off to the right side and over the bleachers.
He went for the outer half of the plate. Beck a little bit late on it, but able to foul it off.
Skillport sets as we wait for the 1-2. Kicks, fires, fouled off again. They don't go down easy, Jack. You said it best. (9:35) Eastern Time. After the lightning delay, turned into a fairly long ball game, or at least a long night at the ballpark. The 1-2, missed low.
Well, he wanted the curveball, just overthrew it.
First pitch came at 6:45. Now approaching the 3-hour mark.
Pretty decent pace considering the fact that we had a 30-minute lightning delay. As I knock on wood.
Yeah, really. We've been known to jinx things before. Here's the 2-2. Cue shot foul.
Beck just refuses to go down.
Starting to feel like Skillport needs a pitch he doesn't have.
It's about to be the 7th pitch of the at-bat, or excuse me, 8th pitch of the at-bat.
2-2 is the count. The bases are empty with 2 outs in the top of this 8th inning. It's a 3-2 lead for the Gatemen. The pitch got him. High fastball blew it by him. Did Hunter Skillport, and he gets out of the inning unscathed, going to the bottom of the 8th on the Gatemen Baseball Network.
Cape Cod Healthcare offers a comprehensive array of medical services delivered by top-notch teams of healthcare providers. Their physicians provide the best evidence-based and proven medicine at their state-of-the-art facilities. If you need them, they'll be there.
Cape Cod Coca-Cola thanks you for supporting the Cape Cod Baseball League. Cape Cod Coca-Cola has been proudly refreshing the community for over 30 years, and we're honored to support the Cape Cod Baseball League and many other wonderful organizations on the Cape.
Cape Cod Healthcare is committed to providing tools and resources for your sustained well-being. We recognize the vital role of preventative medicine in your health journey and want to help you not only get well, but stay well.
Cape Cod Coca-Cola, thanks you. Bottom of the 8th on the Gatemen Baseball Network. A 3-2 lead for Wareham. They took the lead in their half of the 7th on a big shot from Tommy Troy. A 2-run shot put them out ahead after they trailed for most of the ballgame. And now Yohandy Morales to lead it off in this half of the 8th inning.
Well, Hunter Skillport did his job in the top of the inning. Went 1-2-3 with a little help from Jimmy Crooks against the 3 best hitters in the Harwich lineup. So now time for the Wareham hitters to help him out and add a little bit of insurance.
Morales making his 4th start for the Gatemen, 3 for 11 on the season, and fouls that one off to the right side out of play.
2 F8s on the scorecard for Morales, but those were 2 deep fly balls that, as our official scorer mentioned earlier, I think would have been out at 7 out of 10 of these ballparks in the Cape League.
Big hack, no contact for Morales, goes down 0-2. He was thinking about those 2 flyouts.
He was.
On that swing there. Now the 0-2. The hook missed upstairs.
That might have been a strike.
If he were 6 inches taller, maybe. Working quickly is Wilkins, now 1-2. Danny Wilkinson out for his 2nd inning of work. Came in after the lightning delay. Out of the windup. Yohandy sends it sky high to right field. Moving in on it is Jordan Beck, now calling off Hughes, and he's there to make the catch. So Yohandy, who hit the ball hard in 2 of his 3 at-bats, 4 plate appearances, will finish his night, or likely finish his night, 0 for 3. Williams fouls the first pitch he sees back to the screen. 1 for 3 on the evening so far. He's been hot as of late. Here's the 0-1. Going after fastballs early. Fouled them both off. Came into this game hitting .273, but that batting average had jumped 50 points in just the last few days.
Yeah, 96 points in the last 5 games.
Sends a fly ball toward right field. That one twisting toward the line. Now away from the line and no play. It landed in fair territory, but Beck couldn't get over there in time to make the catch. Landed in foul territory, excuse me.
Not quite fair, but Beck does a good job trying to run it down. Just a little too far from his grasp.
It landed in play, not in fair territory.
In play, yep. In play in foul territory. It's a fine line.
Back to the basics with the baseball vocabulary. The 0-2 to Williams. There's the breaking ball, and everybody knew it. Strike 3.
Yep, good pitch. Williams knew it.
Catcher knew it.
Few fans here left knew it. And Crooks, big chance for him. 2 outs, nobody on, trying to get a rally, but also might be his last chance to keep a 6-game hit streak alive. 0 for 3 tonight.
Well, in all honesty, we hope it is his last chance. If the Gatemen can come back out, shut them down in the top of the 9th, they'll be back at 500. Those 3 outs feel like they're a long way away here as Crooks takes the first 2 pitches for strikes. Now the throw gets by Wilkinson. He was not pleased. Tatum Levin's done a nice job behind the plate for the Mariners all night, but just didn't quite get that one all 60 feet, 6 inches back to the mound. Crooks checks it up, takes the ball high.
All of a sudden, Slevins drops a pitch now.
Ugh. He'll get it together.
He's had a great game behind the plate.
One, two. That's on Wilkinson. No one got by Levins, but it was a 55-foot fastball, and it got to the backstop. 2-2 now on Crooks.
Love to see Crooks try and lift one down the left field line.
The 2-2. Breaking ball stayed up. Count goes full.
He does such a good job shooting balls the other way.
Right back up the middle it goes and into center field. A 3-2 base hit and a 2-out runner for the Gatemen. And the hitting streak to 7 games.
Nice job by Crooks. We know he can go the other way, but why not just right back up the middle? Clean line drive. Potential 2-out rally. We'll see if Despina can replicate his success in the 5th inning.
1 for 3. That success in the 5th was a double. His only hit of the night so far. Wilkinson out of the stretch. The lefty faces up with the runner, now kicks and fires. Gets strike 1. Big hack, no contact from Despina. Now 0-2. 2 outs in the bottom of the 8th inning. A 3-2 lead for Wareham. Gatemen have Jimmy Crooks on first base. Wilkinson comes with a fastball again. That one misses off the plate.
Good take by Despina. Once again, like all too many times, the plate finds himself behind in the count.
22 strikeouts on the season for Despina. Looks to avoid another one here, and he does not. Swung through a fastball, and will send it to the 9th. 3 outs to get for the Gatemen. We'll see who they send out to the mound in a moment on the Gatemen Baseball Network.
Clobbered high and deep to right center field, and this one is gone. A home run.
That home run's brought to you by Eastern Propane and Oil, another scholarship for a deserving youth. Eastern Propane and Oil, we're in your neighborhood.
Curry College is where you go to become anything you want. Curry prepares students to engage in successful careers with learning beyond the classroom. Explore undergraduate programs, including new majors in sport and recreational management, graphic design, marketing, and computer science online at www.currycollege.edu. Whether you are recently retired or still working, Fairway Financial can help you create clearly defined retirement income strategies to help protect your wealth, create guaranteed income for life, and provide a legacy for your family. We are committed to earning your trust by thoroughly understanding your goals and dreams and helping you gain greater financial confidence. To learn more, visit Fairway Financial in South Yarmouth or go to fairwayfinancial.net.
Welcome back to the Gatemen Baseball Network. It all comes down to this. 3-2 lead for Wareham as we enter the top of the 9th, and Hunter Skillport out for his 3rd inning of work. He's gone 2 scoreless, giving up a hit and a walk with 2 strikeouts. First time the Gatemen will have a pitcher try and save a 1-run game here in the 9th, and a win would get the Gatemen back to 500.
Well, Jack, after the top of the 8th, you said to me, I hope they send Skilly back out there.
And
Don
they did.
Snedden was thinking the same thing you were. Here he is, trying to get the save. If he does, it would be a 9-out save. You don't see those too often.
He'll have Newell, Preisner, and Lazaro. Lefty, righty, lefty. First pitch to Newell is a curveball for a strike. Newell 1 for 3 with an RBI single in the first. He got through the 3 toughest hitters in the last inning, Wilkin, Putz, and Beck, with a couple of strikeouts. 0-1, curveball again for a strike.
Does he stick with it here, or does he go to the fastball? I won't venture to guess, but he has options with an 0-2 count on Newell.
Here's the 0-2 pitch. Lined up the middle. Caught on a dive. Jim Jarvis makes the play in shallow center. Gatemen are 2 outs away. 3-2 game in the top of the 9th. Nobody on the bases for Zach Preisner.
Wow. That is a big first out. And Jim Jarvis did it in the best way possible. Full extension up the middle, taking a base hit away from Newell.
First pitch to Preisner is in for a strike.
And we can only hope that that sucks whatever life was left out of the Harwich dugout.
Preisner is 0 for 3. He reached on an error in the 7th and then was stranded at 3rd. 0-1, swung on, foul tipped into the mid of Crooks. So again, Skillport ahead 0-2. Lazaro on deck. He's 0 for 3 with a couple strikeouts. But they may pinch hit for him. One out, nobody on. 1-run lead for the Gatemen. 0-2 pitch, just low. Trying to get a 9-out save in the 9th. Skillport set at the belt. Here's the 1-2 pitch. Breaking ball fouled off.
How's that for an emergency swing?
Barely got it.
That ball was halfway through the zone before Preisner even started that swing, but when he knew it was going to be a strike, he fought it off well. Hangs with it 1-2.
Troy shaded over behind the second base bag. That pitch fouled away, so still 1-2 to Preisner.
Well, they haven't gone down easily all night. Why start now if you're the Mariners? Battling with 2 strikes, but more importantly, it's been the Gatemen pitchers that have been ahead of just about every hitter they've faced all night.
Skillport set at the belt. 1-2 pitch. Fouled away again, this time lined over the right side. So we'll do it again, Nick. 3 straight foul balls for Zach Preisner. Yet another 1-2 pitch. On the way. Lined and above a diving Jarvis. Should have said a leaping Jarvis. Never went quite to the ground, but that is a 1-out single from Preisner.
Well, Jim Jarvis is 5'10", and it would have been really nice if he were 5'11" on that attempt right there.
He gave it everything he had. So the tying run's on first with 1 away in the top of the 9th, and a pinch hitter. First one we've seen from Harwich. It's Ben Malgiri out of Northeastern. Lefty-righty matchup. First pitch to Malgiri is a fastball low and in.
Malgiri, one of a couple men from Northeastern on this Harwich Mariner roster. Cam Schlittler, the starting pitcher tonight, did a good job for Harwich. Also from Northeastern.
Malgiri hitting .250 with a homer and 4 RBIs. 1-0 check swing. Never went. 2-0 count to Ben Malgiri. .280 hitter, 7 home runs, 28 RBIs this past season for Northeastern. He was the CAA tournament most outstanding player. Got really hot in that last tournament of the season. 2-0 pitch, fastball at the knees for a strike. He hit 5 home runs, had 9 RBIs in 5 games. Northeastern got their first ever tournament win and then was able to go on to the NCAA tournament where they were eliminated in the regional. 1 on, 1 out. 2-1 pitch. Foul back. Gatemen protecting a 1-run lead in the 9th. That tying run for Harwich is on first. Trying to get back to 500, stay in that race for second in the West, and get some revenge against Harwich, who beat them 2 days ago. Throw over to first. That'll check on Preisner.
For now, it is still a race for first in the West, to be clear, but Bourne won again tonight and seems to be running away with it right now.
It's ever much feeling, or more and more feeling like a race for second. Skillport set at the belt. Here's the 2-2. Grounded. Left side. Morales goes to second for one. Throw to first is not in time. Gatemen 1 out away now.
Well, it was a good attempt on the turn. The ball just a little bit too slowly hit. Morales was up and firing, knew where he needed to go, cut down the lead runner. And Malgeri on the back end hustling down the line, able to keep it alive for at least one more batter for the Mariners.
So the tying run stays at first, and now Hal Hughes comes to the plate. Hughes tonight 0 for 2. He did reach in the 5th when he was hit by a pitch, left stranded at second. Skillport 1 out away. First pitch to Hughes is a fastball low.
Well, 2 things to say here. One, if you're Skillport, you need to get Hughes. Don't want to go back to the top of the order.
I agree.
And this is what Carlejo is going to come out of the dugout and talk about now. How to attack number 19 in the 9-hole for this Mariner lineup. The other thing, I'm a little surprised they aren't pinch hitting for him. I know he's an excellent defensive second baseman. That's where he started tonight. And should the Mariners tie this game, they would need to send out a lineup back for the bottom of this 9th inning, which means defensive things are still a question at this point. But
well, here's my argument against that. Is all these Cape League teams have a ton of pitchers, but there really aren't any hitters. They already pinch hit once with Ben Malgeri in this inning. If you look up and down this roster, Max Codier was a late scratch in the lineup, so we're not sure if he's even available.
That's true.
And then there's really nobody else who can hit.
They started Hughes, brought him out at the last minute after we got the starting lineup with Codier in the 9 spot. So Hughes, who started at second base against Wareham on Monday, back in the 9-hole tonight, and he's at the plate now. And it's a good point you bring up, Jack. Codier might very well not be available. We just don't have word on that to confirm it one way or another.
And so the mound meeting is over. Carlejo back to the dugout. Wareham up 3-2 in the top of the 9th. Have a runner on first with 2 outs. Hal Hughes at the plate. 1-0 pitch. Runner goes. Throw to second late. First time somebody's been able to sneak by Crooks and steal a base as Malgeri gets to second. No surprise, he's got the speed. He stole 23 bases. That led his conference this past season.
Home plate umpire lets everybody know that was called a strike. So the count goes 1-1, and a gutsy call from Ben Malgeri, moving the tying run into scoring position on Jimmy Crooks, who, as you said, Jack, has been excellent tonight at cutting down runners.
That was a big stolen base. Hughes waiting for the 1-1. Skillport to look at second. The pitch in for a strike. So Skillport 1 strike away from a 9-out save. Wareham took the lead in the 7th on a 2-run homer from Tommy Troy. They've scored 3 unanswered in this one to go up 3-2 over Harwich. Here's the 1-2 pitch. Popped out of play. Some late game drama here at Spillane Field. Wareham trying to win their closest game of the season. Haven't won a game by one. They did lose a game by one against Bourne. Here's the 1-2 pitch. That is out of play again, foul.
Well, it's only fitting that the game would end this way, if it indeed does. Battling with 2 strikes is Hal Hughes. That's been the MO for the entire Mariners batting order tonight. Top to bottom, not going down easily.
Defensively, Hughes is being played straight up. He has a 1-2 count, 2 outs on the board, tying run at second in the top of the 9th. And a call for time. Skilport.
This game could end at any minute. Skilport could do it with 1 pitch. For all we know, it could take 5 or 6 more.
Working from the belt. Glances at second. Here's the 1-2 pitch. That was a breaking ball that was in the dirt, taken, and the count's now 2-2 to Hal Hughes.
Malgeri with good speed at second base. Have to believe that on a base hit anywhere to the outfield, he'll be trying for home.
Yeah, I think so. He's got a big lead off second. 2-2 pitch. Grounded to the left side. Morales has it. Throw to first. On a hop, it gets past Espina. Malgeri scores. Hughes to second. And Harwich has tied this game in the 9th with 2 outs. Morales had the play and underthrew Despina. He couldn't pick it off the dirt, and the game is tied.
Well, so close and yet so far. That's Morales' second error of the night. And that was the biggest concern we had about the rising sophomore from Miami when he stepped in just a few days ago. We knew his bat was good. The question marks were on his defense. 11 errors this year, and already 2 tonight, 2 on the season in Cape Cod.
Now Tatum Levens to the plate. Takes ball 1. And that has to be frustrating if you're Skilport. And you could see it on his face on the mound.
He thought he was out of it.
So now a tie game with 2 away in the top of the 9th, and the leading run on second. That's Hal Hughes. 1-0 lifted deep into left field. Diodati waiting on it, now advances a couple steps and makes the catch. The Gatemen nearly had the win, but a throwing error from the third baseman, Yohandy Morales, brings in a run, and we take a tie ball game into the bottom of the 9th. Gatemen will still have a chance to win it when we come back on the Gatemen Baseball Network.
Beat the heat and join us at Waterways, a water experience unlike any other this side of the bridge. Open daily, head over to the water park on Route 28, the Cranberry Highway.
The Gatemen would like to thank Wareham Country Market for helping to feed the Gatemen players and staff after games. They are located about a quarter of a mile from the field on Route 6, offering a convenience store, a Dunkin' Donuts, and a deli.
Village Signs of Mattapoisett. They do it all, from logo design, trucks and buildings to boats. Village Signs has proudly served Southern New England for over 35 years. Visit them at villagesigns.inc.com for all your signage needs.
That double play is brought to you by TM Ryder Insurance Agency. Package your home and auto insurance for the perfect double play.
Wherever you call home, from Boston to the South Shore to the South Coast to the Cape and Islands, Rogers Gray has you covered for all of your coastal homeowners insurance needs. Rogers Gray is a proud sponsor of the Cape Cod Baseball League. Learn more at rogersgray.com.
The Gateway Tavern, located on Marion Road in Wareham, offers an extensive but not exhaustive array of menu choices. They search for the finest in foods, ranging from garden fresh produce to hand-selected seafood, and have special menus that change daily. The Gateway Tavern is proud to be the official helmet of the Wareham Gatemen.
We head to the bottom of the ninth, tied at 3 on the Gatemen Baseball Network. Jack Sadighian, Nick Magas. Well, Wareham was one throw across the diamond away, Nick. And a throwing error from Morales cost him. Brings in a run. And now Wareham will have to try and win in the top of the ninth. If they can't do that, it'll go down as a tie. That would be Wareham's third of the season. And in to try and stop him is Owen Cody.
127 feet across the diamond. That's all it would have taken. But here we are. We're going to say Morales wanted to give his team a chance to walk it off. That they will try and do with Tres Gonzalez and then the top of the order.
First pitch to Gonzalez is a fastball for a strike. Cody closed out the game against Wareham a couple days ago, got the save in a clean inning, struck out 2. He went 1-2-3 in the ninth. 0-1, another fastball for a strike on the outer half. So Gonzalez quickly behind 0-2. First and third were moved up, but now they pull back.
Well, he bunted his way on last time, and while it wasn't pretty, it was the tying run at that point.
0-2, chopper up the middle. That'll get through. Gonzalez with the leadoff base hit. And that's your winning run on first base. Nobody out in the bottom of the ninth. And we're back to the top of the lineup with Tommy Troy.
Gonzalez had a tough night last night. How about that? Followed it up 3 for 4. 3 singles tonight.
Great night for the 9-hitter Gonzalez. And now Troy comes up. He's 1 for 4, but that one, a 2-run homer to left center in the 7th, put the Gatemen in front 3-2 at the time. Was 3 unanswered before that run in the top of the 9th by Harwich. First pitch to Troy, shows bunt, puts it down the third base line. Cody looks at second but decides to go to first and gets the out there.
A perfectly executed bunt from Tommy Troy.
In an interesting decision, they elect to go with the bunt instead of using Troy's bat to try and advance Gonzalez. 1 out on the board. Winning run in scoring position, though. So that was productive.
Well, you know you only need 1. Good speed on second base in Tres Gonzalez. And now Jim Jarvis at the plate.
First pitch to Jarvis shows bunt, but pulls back and takes a strike. Gonzalez on second, 2 bases away from giving Wareham a walk-off win. Jarvis at the plate, 1 for 3 with a base hit in the 7th. He also drew a walk in the 5th. Oh, 1, fastball right down the middle.
Some fireworks here in the distance at Spillane Field. A bit premature, but hopefully a good omen for Wareham.
I hope so. Jarvis behind 0-2, goes to his Jimmy 2 strikes approach. Choking up on the bat. 0-2 lifted deep into left field. That'll send Lazaro back. He makes the catch for the second out. Excuse me, that was Malgiri in left. Subbed in for Lazaro after pinch hitting for him. 3-3 game in the bottom of the 9th. Worst the Gatemen can do is tie, but they can win it here with Gonzalez, the winning run in scoring position, and Cade Fergus to the plate. Came in for Cade Kern in the 7th and grounded into a fielder's choice. First pitch to Fergus, misses low and inside.
Fergus had a tough time in Harwich on Monday. Chance for him to make up for it here. Big hole on the right side.
1-0 pitch, fouled straight back. The last thing you want to do here is try and do too much, though.
Of course. Any ball into the outfield, and Tress should at least try and score.
Big hole on the right side. Second baseman Hughes is shaded very close to the bag. 1-1, shot up the middle. Preisner has it, throw to first is in time. So we end this one tied at Spillane Field. And that's a tie that hurts if you're Wareham. If you're Harwich, you're thrilled that you escaped with a point. But Wareham will have to settle for a 3-3 final score. We'll wrap it all up on the post-game show in a moment, so be sure to stay with us. But for now, your final score from Spillane Field, Wareham Gatemen 3, Harwich Mariners 3. See you in a minute for the post-game.
We appreciate and thank the sponsors who support the Cape League and the 10 teams. Our corporate sponsors are the financial backbone of the league. It is with their support that we are able to preserve our long-standing tradition of providing the best family entertainment here on Cape Cod. On behalf of the Wareham Gatemen, the 9 other teams, league officers, and the entire Cape League family, we would like to announce and thank our 2021 corporate sponsors. With much appreciation, we recognize
The Yawkey Foundation, Curry College, Cape Cod Healthcare, the 99 Restaurants, Coca-Cola Bottling of Cape Cod,
Badger Sport, 47 Brand, Cape Cod 5 Cent Savings Bank, Milton Cat, Mosquito Marys.
Fairway Financial, Ocean Spray, Seaside Le Mans, Rogers Gray, Franklin Sports.
Cape Destinations, Sullivan Tire, Cape Cod Times, Kinlan and Grover Real Estate, Cape Cod Chamber of Commerce.
Highline Cruises, Sports Picks, On Deck Sports, Barnstable Bat, Highness Area Chamber of Commerce.
HP Hood, Sunderland Printing, Axis Bats, Quest Diagnostics, Cape Space. And of course, thank you to Major League Baseball for over 50 years of support.
The Cape Cod Baseball League and the NCAA promote good sportsmanship by student athletes, coaches, and spectators. We ask for your cooperation and positive support of the participants and officials. Profanity, racial, or sexist comments or any other intimidating actions will not be tolerated. Thank you. We ask parents to keep their children off the roofs of the dugouts, away from the batting cages, and out of the bullpen areas. Please throw rubbish into the barrels and recycle the aluminum cans in special bins located around the park.
Ladies and gentlemen, state law prohibits the use of any tobacco product on school property. Thanks for keeping us in compliance.
Cameras and video cameras are permitted inside Spillane Field for personal photos but cannot be used to reproduce the game, players, or on-field events without the express written permission of the Wareham Gatemen. Use of camera or video equipment must not interfere with other fans' enjoyment of the game.
Cape Cod Coca-Cola thanks you for supporting the Cape Cod Baseball League and for refreshing yourself with ice-cold Coca-Cola products. Please remember to recycle your empty bottles, cans, and all other recyclable materials. It takes only 6 recycled plastic bottles to make a new baseball cap.
The 99 Restaurant and Pub is proud to be a sponsor of the Cape Cod Baseball League. Visit your local 99 and try their famous colossal lobster rolls. Piled high on grilled brioche and served hot buttered or with just the right amount of mayo and celery with fries and coleslaw. The 99, always the real deal. Badger Sport is a leading provider of superior quality team uniforms and performance athletic wear, including performance t-shirts, fleeces, shorts, and pants. From the fields to the stands, and at every practice along the way, Founders Sport Group makes authentic, quality apparel accessible at the speed of the sport. Visit foundersport.com today.
Baseball Factory is a company specializing in player development and college placement of high school baseball players. We care about guiding players to a college that is the perfect fit. Give us a call at 877-752-6025 to get started today.
For a nostalgic Cape Cod vacation experience, head to Bay Motor Inn, where guests are treated like family. Located in the heart of Buzzards Bay Village, this 1950s-style cottage colony still provides you with up-to-date amenities. The Gatemen thanked the Bay Motor Inn for their support.
Baseball Factory's vision is to guide both players and parents through the college recruiting process and to professionally train players in order to find a school that is the right fit, both academically and athletically. Contact us at 877-752-6025.
Welcome into the Gatemen post-game show. It was a tough one. Jack Sadighian alongside Nick Magas.
Oh, yeah.
Gatemen have 3 runs and 8 hits. Harwich has 3 runs and 8 hits. But the big difference was the 2 errors for Wareham, and that was the last one that cost them. Handy Morales with a throwing error to first with 2 outs in the top of the 9th. That allowed the tying run to come in unearned. So a tough finish, Nick, and it's a tough tie to swallow. If you're Harwich, you're thrilled, but if you're Wareham, you are sulking tonight.
If there's such a thing as a heartbreaking tie, I think we found
that was it.
We write down what we're going to talk about on the post-game show, and Jack, I think, summed it up. Pain. But some great performances. That's pretty accurate. There's a lot of good, as we usually try and find positive takeaways, there's a lot of good things that came out of this game. Some great hitting, some really good pitching, just 2 earned runs. And it was a 3-3 tie. It was 2 earned runs across 9 innings for the pitching. So hard to complain about that. Would have liked the offense to get going a little bit more, but Tommy Troy continues his streak. That was a major, major go-ahead 2-run shot to left center field. That was probably the most fun moment of the night. But from the start, this was a good one. We can take you through just a little bit of the recap for it.
Yeah, so Harwich jumped out in front in the first. Wilkin got a double, ended up scoring on an RBI single from Chris Newell. Then another on a solo home run from Brock Wilkin. Absolutely hammered a ball to left field, went a long way past the bleachers out to the parking lot. 2-0 Harwich at that time. The Gatemen get one back as Despina scores on a wild pitch in the 5th. And then the big 2-run bomb from Tommy Troy in the 7th. That made a 3-2 game. And then the error coming back to cost the Gatemen tied up in the 9th.
After the lightning delay.
It did, yeah.
So it was a half-hour lightning delay. The umpire saw lightning in the distance. It was far, but it was enough to make them just delay the game for the time being. We waited a half hour, got back into it, and that's when Tommy Troy's home run came. That's when the Gatemen went ahead, and the momentum turned around. We've seen that happen a few times now throughout sports, not just the Cape League. Things can turn around after delays, and the Gatemen found a spark there that we hadn't otherwise seen from them to that point in the game.
It certainly did, and let's highlight Troy. He's played 7 games now for Wareham and been absolutely phenomenal. First time in the leadoff spot tonight, and he delivered. His only hit of the night was that home run, but it was the biggest moment in the ballgame.
He came into this game hitting .304. He was 2 for 3 with a walk. Check that. Yes, 2 for 3 with a walk yesterday. And then 1 for 4 tonight. It was a big one. Came up with a sacrifice bunt in the 9th as well. It moved a runner over and put the Gatemen in position to win the game. Debate on whether we should have let him swing the bat or not. I say we, I'm talking about the Gatemen dugout. But
yeah, so with Tres Gonzalez aboard on a leadoff single in the bottom of the 9th, Tommy Troy came up to the plate, bunted him over to second. It was a productive bunt, got him in scoring position with only one out.
Did his job, can't complain.
But then the next 2 batters go down, and you're left to wonder, what was the right decision there. I think if Gonzalez gets knocked in by either Jarvis or Fergus, you look back and say, that's the right decision, but you can only wonder now.
It's a tie game. The worst you can do is tie in that situation with no extra innings. So you're just trying to manufacture a run if you're the Gatemen. But hindsight's 20/20. It didn't work out in this situation, and the game ended square at 3-3. Troy, as we said, 1 for 4 with that sac bunt. Jim Jarvis hit behind him tonight. They flipped spots in that 1-2 spot in the order. He was 1 for 4 with a walk. The big performance actually was Tres Gonzalez in the 9th spot tonight, 3 for 4 with 3 singles in 4 at-bats. Came off a tough night yesterday. That 2-run error situation that we had was a tough break for him and his stat line, and really got back into it right there with a 750 performance on the night.
Yeah, it was right on the 200 line. He'll shoot up ahead of that after going 3 for 4 tonight. So Tommy Troy was the man tonight for Wareham, and Julia Joseph has him for our post-game interview.
Hi guys, I'm here with Tommy Troy. Now Tommy, it's the bottom of the 7th. The team's down 2-1. You step into that batter's box. What's going through your mind?
Pretty much the same every at bat. I just want to look for a good pitch to hit, good fastball. I got it, and I took advantage of it.
A 2-run homer tonight. You went 2 for 3 last night. What's working for you out there?
I think just keeping it simple, not letting each at bat affect the next, just competing.
Great. Thank you, Tommy.
Thank you.
Back to you guys.
Thank you, Julia. Troy, the 2-run homer, he was awesome. But let's highlight some of the pitching, and I think it starts with the guy who finished tonight for Wareham, Hunter Skilport.
Skilport came in after the delay and threw 3 innings. Gave up 1 run. It was the tying run, but it was unearned, as we mentioned, on the error from Morales. Skilport now has gone a number of innings, come on a number of times in big situations for the Gatemen, and has yet to allow an earned run. So, as we've said so many times now, nobody really knew his name coming into this season, but he has been good time and time again, and really turning into probably their go-to, dare I say, their go-to reliever out of the bullpen.
And he was tonight. The fastball and curveball are electric for Skilport. That's his go-to.
Yes.
And he used it to perfection tonight. Just had that 1 run unearned and a tough one off the error. Again, a 3-3 tie, so I want to cover a little bit of how that affects the standings as I pull the trusty laptop that knows all that happened in the Cape League tonight.
Well, we'll start with Bourne.
Yep.
They were down 2 runs for the majority of the game and came storming back late in the game. They'd lost already. We were talking about their perfect season for a long time. They'd lost once already, but come storming back against Falmouth tonight and win 4-2.
Yeah, so they're firmly ahead in the West. Katuitt defeats Chatham 8-3. They now have the second place spot. Wareham's tie puts them half a game back from Katuitt, and Falmouth with the loss to Bourne now a game back from Katuitt. So still very tight in that second place race, but Bourne just continuing to dominate.
We keep calling it a second-place race, and it's hilarious because we are still less than halfway through the season. There is plenty of baseball to be played, but the way Bourne is pitching right now and the way their bats step up when they aren't pitching particularly well is unbelievable. They improved to 10-1. They have 3 ties as well, and they are firmly holding on to that top spot in the West.
They are 4.5 games ahead of Katuitt in second with 24 games to go. That is a massive lead for the Bourne Braves, and we're only just about a third of the way through the season. But the final result tonight, Wareham 3, Harwich 3, a disappointing tie for the Gatemen, but they do get a point nonetheless, and a point is a point. So we'll take that, and thank you so much for joining us tonight. The Gatemen will have a day off tomorrow, then we'll be back in action at Chatham on Friday. For our entire crew, Julia Joseph on the sidelines, our producer Harrison right behind me, Nick Magas, Jack Sadighian, everyone have a great Wednesday night.